They're a modern Stone Age family from the town of Bedrock. It's a place right out of history. When you're with the Flintstones, have a yabba dabba do time.
What?
A dabba do time.
What?
We'll have a gay old time. Ashley! What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to Lights, Camera,
Cocktails.
I promise you I'm sober. Sort of.
I'm not. Let's go.
All right. Well, my name is Jason.
And I'm Zenobia. And here on Lights, Camera, Cocktail, we pair amazing cocktails with amazing movies.
Yeah.
And tonight is no different, y'all.
Ooh, that smells
I told you about to like this one.
citrusy.
You about to like this one.
All right, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Okay.
Ooh, how you doing?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh, my goodness.
We are leading up to the Thanksgiving, so by the time you hear this, Thanksgiving will have passed.
I hope y'all had a hell of a Thanksgiving. I hope you guys didn't fight too much traffic like Ashley and I are about to. It's going to be great. We may go through some scenarios that directly depict this movie.
Literally the whole time I was watching this, I was like, please don't let this happen to them.
Oh my God, it's going to be horrible in the best way.
Yay.
I'll be her Del Griffith.
But as long as you get there, as long as you get
As long as we get there, as long as we get back. Yeah,
Yep.
we got a great movie for you guys today.
Yes.
I can't remember if we can tell them yet. We can tell them now, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we are doing planes, trains, and automobiles. I am ready.
For the Thanksgiving season, this is supposed to be the Thanksgiving movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Like the number one Thanksgiving movie is this one, and I'm surprised we haven't done it before.
I know, right? We haven't really there's always another movie that jumps in our head, and then we're like, oh, we'll get around to it. We'll do it next year, sort of thing.
So when you asked me what Thanksgiving movie, I was like, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Absolutely
baby.
will. That year is here, and we are finally doing it, and
Yay.
I'm so happy to do so.
Okay, so
What's up?
I don't know about you,
What about me?
but I'm ready to drink.
I'm ready to drink.
Yes.
This smells good.
Okay, so we are drinking
Mm-hmm.
the Sidecar.
The sidecar. That's cute.
We've done a test pilot for some planes.
Yeah?
And we've done a blue train.
Don't fuck me up.
Yep. Yeah. We've done a blue train. But
When did we do the blue train?
For Money Train.
Money train.
Your
Train
movie.
is coming down.
Yep.
The train is coming down.
So I was like, we got to keep it somewhat like Car, even though they don't drive in a sidecar in this movie, but
It's damn near a sidecar. It's out in the open, yeah.
yeah. So, but
They do everything but a sidecar.
But I thought this would be a good festive Thanksgiving drink.
Yeah.
And so it is 1.5 ounces of cognac, half an ounce of Cointreau.
What is Oh, yeah. I remember that stuff.
It's just a fancy triple sec. And 3/4 of lemon juice, freshly squeezed is preferred.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to garnish with a sugar rim on your glass and a lemon peel. You're supposed to put these in champagne coupe glasses, but we don't have any coupes, so we're using champagne flutes.
I'm not fancy enough to know what a coupe is, so
It is on my list to buy because I actually really love them. And then their first champagne glass. You know how I feel about champagne.
I do. We all do.
So I just put it in a champagne glass for us.
Okay.
And that, my friends, is the sidecar.
I like it very much so.
All right, cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers, Magic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That'll play. And if you guys are on YouTube and you notice that our Lights, Camera, Cocktail sign is a little different, it's because we are thankful for all of you, all of our listeners. This is a time of being thankful, and we appreciate you guys sticking with us and having some fun with us, having some drinks with us, talking some movies with us. On that note.
If you guys also are watching on YouTube, you'll notice that the Hennessy is in a weird bottle.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
That's because this was gifted to us by
Yes, it was.
some set.
Uh-huh. Oh, Smashly will tell you. Babe, where did we get that Hennessy from? Even she doesn't.
Maybe
I think it was Hacks.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
been a minute.
If y'all don't watch HBO's Hacks, we came up on their Hennessy that they.
Thank you. You can't drink it on camera, but we can. I think it was Hacks. That sounds more better.
I mean, who are we thinking? We thinking Mark Paul Gosselaar, or are we?
Yeah, like what do we?
I want to give a shout out to.
Yeah. So that is why, we don't use Hennessy that often.
Thank you, Skip Trevino, for buying some good Henny for us.
Thank you. It's getting put to good use.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's what's in our mystery bottle when you watch the video. All right. So I picked this drink for many reasons because one, I could not think of a drink. I didn't want to make up a drink for this because I couldn't really find any like car drinks. And I wanted to do a drink that actually had some herstory to it. That is not for me. So Are you ready for a little bit of herstory?
Her story. By her, we mean
Mine.
her.
On the sidecar.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so let's get in our time machine because you know this drink is old.
1940.
Ooh, you are so right.
Oh,
so
yes! I hear Sidecar and I think Roger Rabbit. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
We do need to do that movie.
We do need to do that movie. Well, now I should have saved it for that. Damn it. Damn it, Sidecar.
I'm sure they got a Looney Tune something.
True. I'll find something.
They got a dance. They got a Roger Rabbit dance. They got to have a cocktail.
They got to have
somewhere.
a cocktail. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so the Sidecar is said to be invented towards the end of World War I.
Oh.
Okay.
That wouldn't be the 40s. That would be the end of the teens. World War I?
I have one.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well.
Okay, well, okay, that's what, okay, you're right. All right, let me finish, because now I'm thinking. Okay, so it is said to be World War I, somewhere in those times, that this drink was invented. It was invented in Paris or London, depending on who you ask. So much mystery behind this drink.
You taste like you're from London.
You're from London. David E. Inbarre wrote a book, and his book is called The Fine Art of Mixing and Drinking. And this was published in 1948. That's where I'm getting the 40s
That's
from.
where the, okay.
And it says that it was invented by this guy's friend. His friend was a captain in the U.S. Army, and he would ride in a sidecar to the little restaurant, and he'd go in there, and he would order this drink to get warm. And that's like where they like kind of came up with this drink, and they called it the sidecar because that's how
homeboy always pulled up in a sidecar.
Yes,
I got you.
Which he was smart because he could drink as much as he wanted. He didn't have to drive. He in the sidecar.
Dude, 1948 Uber right there.
Yeah. But then there's other people that say, Frank Marie said that he made it up at the Ritz Hotel in Paris, and it was his lazy way of making a brandy crustat, which is a drink that's like brandy, orange liqueur, maraschino liqueur, lemon, simple syrup, and bitters. So instead of using brandy, because brandy is just like basically a cheap cognac, you use cognac, and you'd use the orange liqueur and the lemon, and no sugar, no simple syrup. That's why we have the sugar on the rim.
Then it's a different drink.
It is a different drink. There's no bitters. There's a bunch of things.
So
he
change the name.
Called it like a lazy.
Why did you want to name it the sidecar?
So God knows. I like to think of the captain coming through in the sidecar and getting tipsy and getting, Ubered back to the
There's
barracks.
There's a story behind it. Henri, or whatever his name is.
So that it's a little bit of her story on the sidecar. / a sidecar is also another bar term. So like, can I have a sidecar? Is this drink. But if I make you a drink and I give you a sidecar, that's like if I made you a drink and there was still some left in the shaker, but it's not going to fit in your glass, then I put it in a smaller glass that's next to your drink.
Little sidecar. That's cute. I like that.
So I don't know where I know they're not the same things, but
I got you.
Sidecar.
I got a question. You're a bartender. You might know this. Is there such a thing as an angel shot? I was hearing something about this, and it's basically like if a girl is at a bar and some dude is being aggressive with her, or just acting like a fucking moron, you can go up to the bartender and request an angel shot, and the bartender's supposed to know what that is, and they're supposed to either get security or handle it themselves with this dipshit who is not getting the hint.
I have never heard of it called that.
Mm.
Definitely, I have had to look at girls and be like,
Bitch.
you okay? Like, do you need help? Like, do you want me
You
to...
need an angel shot?
Yeah. But I've never said that.
Maybe we should just mainstream that.
I thought an angel shot was... I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not the most wisest bartender. But I thought an angel shot was like... when you have a group of people, you know, you have those people who be like, shots, shots, shots. And if you're not a shot person, I am not a shot person. You can get me to do 1, maybe 2, and 2, I'm going to be so pissed that I even did that second one.
Yeah.
But
Cocktails on the other hand.
cocktails, I'll knock them back, but just plain shots, not a fan. So I thought an angel shot is when you're like, can I get a shot of vodka? But it's really water.
Oh. I like
You
that.
know, like you make
Let me
somebody
get an
like...
angel shot of vodka.
Like, I've had a friend who this dude kept like, oh, let me get her a lemon drop martini, and she had one and she had 2, and then he kept trying to get her
Those
to get
will
another
fuck you
one,
up.
and she looked at me and she was just like,
I can't do it no more.
yeah, and so I was like, oh yeah, I got you, and I made her an angel lemon shot, which was like no vodka in there, it's just Sprite and some lemon juice, some sugar on the rim, so it looks like, you know, you got
Because
something.
not only will it fuck you up, it'll make you sick to your stomach. Like, you're more likely to puke on lemon drops.
I know because
Just the thought of it.
Cosmos get me. I love lemon drops. I make them very well because I love them.
Sure. But have your limit.
Oh yeah, no, like 2. Don't do more than 2, because it's like me and Cosmos. I love them so much, but when I get to that 3rd one or that 4th one, it's bad days. Yes.
I got you. Well, thank you for the her story.
Her story. Okay, but now I'm ready.
I'll always ride in your sidecar.
Thank you. Sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from?
We'll tell you about that later.
Okay. Well, I'm ready for the motherfucking drinking game. Yes.
Come on in here, girl.
And
I know you're hot and all that.
No, our little snow princess here.
Chewing on food. Nice day. Hello.
Smashley's in the building. She's been working. We were waiting for her to get here.
No, don't you apologize
There will be
for
no
working,
apologizing.
because we've been waiting 100 and what? How many days? 18 or some shit like that days
Something like
I have food in my face.
That's fine.
for you to get back to work, and now you are. So here we,
135.
35 days.
Insane.
Dude.
Here we go. I'm ready for the cold.
All right.
She's
It's hot in this house, so we are bearing this heat for you guys. I hope you guys like our get up.
You better. Okay.
All right.
What are we working
we
with,
go.
baby?
Let's get smashed with Smashly.
Yes.
Right.
All right. You're going to take a sip every time you see a plane in the air.
The 707?
So does it count when they're in the plane?
No.
Just
when-
you physically see
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
flying.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to throw a fun fact out yet.
Because you're going to take a sip every time Steve Martin and John Candy are in a mode of transportation.
Mode of transportation.
So when they get in the
Excuse
plane,
me, monkey boy.
when they're on the train,
Uh-huh.
when they're on the bus, when they're in the car,
Uh-huh. When they're in
In
the
a
truck.
truck.
in the
In
truck,
the back of the truck.
back of the
In the
truck,
taxi.
Give us the damn
or
glove.
the taxi,
It's a lot.
when Neo picks him up with all the kids.
What
and
about
the-
when he's walking?
It is a mode of
It
transportation.
is a mode of transportation.
You
I
move
really
it.
don't appreciate walking down a fucking runway. And you smiling in my fucking face.
I'm not gonna count that because the cars are passing him as he's
Yeah.
trying to go over the highway.
He's transportating.
All right, you're going to take a sip when every time Steve Martin calls his wife. Susan.
Gotta check in, boo
Yeah,
boo.
it's like,
It's
"Ah,
very endearing. I'll wait up for you.
Still not gonna.
Girl.
oh,
She
I don't
tried.
like it.
She tried.
It's so sad. Those phone calls.
She tried.
Take a sip every time they're in a new city or a new location is shown.
St. Louis.
Dang, that's a lot of drinking. They be all over the place.
What does it say? You know you're in St. Louis, right? Yeah. If I wanted to laugh, I'd have you pull your pants down to John.
Got him.
Take a simp every time Steve Martin and John Candy reunite.
Oh my god.
He's like, hey!
I know you.
Yeah, you stole my cab, bitch.
Never
Not stole
stolen
anything in my life.
I'm usually very good with names, but I'll be darned if I don't remember yours.
He was the best. I
He
love
always
him.
like almost runs over his face.
He's like,
What are you doing? Oh, their last time they reunite.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the train station.
Jesus.
What are you still doing here?
I don't want. No, don't make me cry.
okay,
It's too
sorry.
early. I just started drinking. This movie will make you laugh and cry.
But you're going to end crying.
You're gonna end crying. Great, hilarious movie, and then nosedive the last 5 minutes. It's just all tears.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Alright. Take a simp every time John Candy says he has a buddy who can hook them up with a deal.
He does always have a guy.
He knows the guy.
He knows
Hey,
a guy.
He knows me.
Knows duty. Knows the dude with the girl. No, leave it be.
Oh, he knew his dad. That was he said the
That's-
son.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sold him
She's
some
small,
shower
but she's
curtains.
strong. First baby came out sideways.
She
didn't
came out
scream
like,
or
yeah.
nothing.
I know. She came out like, I'll take your fucking trunk. It ain't that heavy.
Now she's got that look like, that's my fucking job, bro.
Yeah. Hold the baby.
Where's the baby?
She hands it to another
It's at
kid.
work.
Yeah.
There's another kid in the truck she hands it to.
Ooh, shit. This is already fucking me.
Yeah, it's real strong.
It's
Sidecar
good.
now.
It's good. What you want? What you want?
Alright, take a simp
Taking a simp.
every time a mode of transportation fails.
Oh my god.
The train stops.
The car
He
catches on fire.
Catches on fire. Does it count when he goes in the car? It's just not there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah, a bus breaks down.
When he doesn't get his taxi.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
doesn't get his another taxi.
Okay. I know he paid like
Paid
$70.
$75. That's a lot in today's
In today's money, I wouldn't pay you that
motherfucker.
much money for a cab.
Shit.
I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
He should have went back up and
You
took the
never
8
make the
o'clock.
6.
Yeah, he should have took the 8 o'clock.
Never make the 6.
You could have shared it with your homie, shared the cab,
And got your gloves.
and got your gloves and been home.
How cold do you think it is outside? 1.
Alright, take a simp every time Steve Martin and John Candy get in an argument.
Oh my god.
I like who I am.
Yeah. You want to take a shot at me?
Go ahead. I know I'm an easy target.
I like me.
I like me. My wife likes me.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it fucking breaks my heart.
My
Jesus.
my clients like me.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm the real deal.
What you see is what you get. You're like, damn.
I miss him.
I know.
Alright,
I
alright,
do miss
we'll
them a
get
lot.
There, we'll get there. Take a simp every time Steve Martin checks his watch.
And then he doesn't have
And
it.
then he doesn't have
That's
it.
so sucky. He's like, damn
And a really nice watch.
it.
I have $4
And
a
a
Casio.
Casio. He's like trying to sell it. Like, ooh.
Dude,
I'm gonna
Casios
save
are
it now.
expensive now.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know. I
Dude,
don't
they're
buy
hard-
watches.
Yeah, they're
Classic
vintage.
80s, like, thrifty watch. Now, it's hard to get.
So in the 80s, that was just like Kmart watch. Like nothing,
Yes.
nothing to write home about.
Nothing.
Okay.
Now, these hipsters want them.
Yeah, because the Casio's got the little calculator.
Yeah.
Oh,
on it.
yeah.
I want to say Wesley's got like 3 or 4 of them.
He looks like a Casio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Wesley.
And his members only jacket.
Is he going back in time? Let's get him a Thriller jacket. Let's just complete the whole thing.
You all right?
I
Too much
was.
sugar? Okay.
No, I'm sweet enough.
That's why I did half the rim.
So in honor of the theme, take a simp anytime anyone says Thanksgiving.
When does that happen? I'm just trying to
Gobble
get
gobble.
If
Happy
you
Thanksgiving. The lady.
tow our car, I'm not gonna be able to get my buddy here home for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nope. Sorry, bud.
No.
You're out of here.
Not happening.
No.
All right, it just happens a lot. So take a sip every time John Candy destroys something.
Oh my god.
So
The bathroom.
the
Obviously.
bathroom,
The bed.
the bed, the nightstand. He got all this shit on there.
The motor in the chair in
Him,
the car.
him crashing the car.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
he crashes the whole car.
You're going the wrong way. How do they know where we're going? He's just drunk. He's like, "Good, good, good."
Thank
fuck?
you.
Thank you.
Funny.
And Steve Martin's like, yeah, how does he know?
Finish your first drink. You
I'm
ready?
almost there.
Shit,
Oh, shit.
I gotta pace myself up.
When John Candy finds his hands in between two pillows.
Oh no!
Those are pillows. You see that Bears game
Heck
last
of a
night?
game. Heck of a game.
Last
Yeah.
night.
No Bears.
Bears got a good team this
No
year.
Bears.
Yeah, they're gonna go all the way.
Yeah.
All right, finish your second drink when John Candy does the mess around.
Everybody do the mess around.
I love that scene. It's so
Okay.
iconic.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Mm.
When I watch the movie Ray and they do that song,
Yep.
this is what I think. Everybody do the
like
mess
mess
around.
around.
He's got his cigarettes and he's fucking going about
So
it.
good. I love it.
Our next road trip,
Doing the mess
Doing
around.
the
we're doing the
around.
mess
Yay.
around.
All
All
right.
right. Deal. Deal.
Everybody
Let's
do
talk
the-
about doing Christmas in Oregon.
Oh,
No, you. Oh.
New Year's?
I don't know.
Your family's gonna be so mad if we don't do a Christmas.
Girl,
with them.
just, we'll have the
my word.
conversations. They listen. Be cool.
I know. That's
be
what I'm
cool, baby.
saying.
Honey bunny, be cool.
Be cool, bunny, bunny.
You brought it up. All right.
That time. Shit.
We'll cut this out.
You're gonna finish your third and final drink. When
I'm done.
When John Candy gets Steve Martin home.
Aw.
Oh.
He's like, I got you home. He's like, yeah, a little late, but
2 days late.
I told you I'd get you home.
he didn't say when.
What are you talking about when
Yeah.
you walk in the door? And then the wife finally walks down the
I feel
stairs.
like-
Hello, Mr. Griffith.
When they
I've
get
been
off the
expecting you.
train, right? He's like, I told you I'd get you home.
Because he's technically home.
He's technically home.
Because
yeah,
the
mission
worst-
has been accomplished.
Worst comes to worst, he could call
He can
someone
walk.
at the house to come get him. Because his parents there, the in-laws are there,
He
somebody. That's not even like a.
Hate it.
And that's where the 5 minutes starts. Everything.
Him just flashbacking and thinking about his family on the train, and then when he gets off,
I haven't been home in years.
cause he don't got no home, man. He ain't got no home.
Kills me.
Who picked this movie?
Your ass.
It's a great movie, though.
That's a great movie. Okay.
That's all I got.
All right.
Do you guys got anything to add?
Every time you see snow.
Oh my god, that's
Kidding.
every.
Kidding.
I think you did a really good job. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks.
Every
you.
time you go away, you take a piece of me with you. Okay, wait, no. Do you have any?
I got
okay,
one.
go.
Yeah, every time that Dell pays for something. Or did you already
that's
say
a
that?
good one. No.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
a good
I
one.
would say every time he pays for something.
So
I
Dell-
even let
But
you
he-
pay for it.
He doesn't pay for anything.
He pays for everything.
You mean
Oh,
Neil.
Neil.
Oh, sorry,
So
Neil.
sorry,
Neil,
Steve Martin's
Neil, sorry.
character.
Yes, he
Every
does
time-
pay for
yes.
everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay,
And yes, that includes the rental of Dell's car.
okay, I got one.
Mm-hmm.
Every time
Give it back.
he sells a new set of shower
Shower
curtain
curtains.
Hell
rings.
yeah. This is the Walter Cronkite.
I even looked up a drink. He's like, this is the.
Do you watch 60 Minutes?
Do you want to see? Diane Sawyer? These are hers. Autograph signed. Yeah, no. I looked for a drink, like a shower drink, and I couldn't.
The
find it.
shower drink.
Yeah, because I was going to find like a shower curtain.
Only one I know of is the shower beer, in which case we'd have a lot of echo on the podcast.
Shower beer.
You never heard of a
What
shower
is a
beer?
shower beer?
I do it all
beer
the
in the
time.
shower.
Yeah.
Oh.
I call it Vegas drink because I do it mainly in Vegas. But like, because Vegas showers always have a nice little ledge for your drink
True.
that don't get the water in it. It's perfect.
It really is.
It is
I've
perfect.
never tried that.
When are we going back to Vegas?
October.
What?
October next year.
I'm going back before then, I promise you. Kara, we're coming!
Kara, we're coming.
Now that the fucking race is over,
Yes. F1 is over.
Vegas, I'm so happy that you got your city back.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry y'all had to deal with that
Unbelievable.
shit. I heard it was
Now,
bad.
Next time, just don't cut that deal. That ain't a good deal. Bad deal.
I'm just happy that when we go, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So next time we go,
Absolutely not.
I can barely deal with fights, like actual fights happening with all the
Yeah.
people around. Let alone you shut down the streets
Yeah,
for
the
cars.
strip.
Stupid shit.
The whole strip.
Terrible.
For some cars, get out of
Terrible.
here. And I can't even afford to like watch the show. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel bad for anybody that had to deal with that on that weekend.
But I thought you were really talking about a beer that was a shower drink. Like,
It's a common saying, shower beer.
nah, I mean, yes, but I thought like a brand. I was like, ooh, so when we do Psycho,
Oh.
Mm.
Yes.
that's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
We'll just sit in the shower. We'll take turns drinking in the shower during the show. I'll be like, it's my turn.
I have to return some videotapes.
All right, well, thank you, because that is the motherfucking drinking game. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
Love y'all.
I'm empty.
Oh, she got refill.
You got reinforcements right over there.
Yep. All right, well,
Woo.
smash responsibly.
Smash responsibly.
Every time you finish your sidecar,
Can't hear anything.
you.
Hey, take
I thought those were Bluetooth.
Are you gonna?
You're not plugged in with us?
Are you gonna take them on your trip? They
Yes.
come in.
Oh
Coming
my
with-
god.
Gonna be
That I'm assuming that somebody has come up with that by now, right?
I
Like
mean,
ear muff headphones.
Yes.
I feel like you don't need them now because there's like a thing called like
They do
earbuds.
exist.
They do exist.
They do exist.
Yeah, but a lot of people like the full headphone. Like a lot of people like Beats, things like that.
You know what? I would be a part of it if I lived somewhere cold. You right. I'd be all about it. But since I don't,
Nope.
it sounds very,
Midwesty.
and that's not me.
Oh. California.
Here we come. All right.
Wisconsin.
No, that's a different song. Hello, Wisconsin! Gotta do it like Kelso.
Hanging out.
Yes, I was just telling her I don't think I've ever finished all of that 70s show. I think that's the next one on the list that I gotta get into.
Okay, as a person who has already done that several times, you could stop once Kelso leaves.
Spoilers.
It's been 25 years, motherfucker.
I didn't know he left. Oh my god.
What? When?
Where'd he go? Modeling school.
No, I don't want to tell you now because you.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I thought you at least knew that much.
No, I don't know.
All right, well, now you know. When you get there, you can stop. All right,
Knowing's half the battle.
G.I. Joe. All right, so are
Joe.
you ready
I'm ready.
for them stats?
Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, this movie dropped November 25th, 1987, baby. We back in the 80s. We just can't get out of it.
I know, we've been there for a while.
We in there.
It is what it is.
Oh, it's so good. The budget for it.
We're coming to some new movies next.
We
Next
will.
week we'll hit you with a newer
A
movie.
newer movie, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we really love the 80s though. Like I
mean-
can't we gotta hit all these good ones and then we won't have a reason to go back to the 80s.
I'll always be back at the 80s.
I know.
You know.
I know, but maybe not as frequent. All right, so here we go.
We're gonna be doing Over the Top. We haven't done Rocky. We haven't done Rambo. Iron Eagle.
I mean, you're right.
And Iron Eagle 2. Just kidding. I've
we
never
haven't
seen
done The Great
Weird
Outdoors,
Science.
Pretty in Pink.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do
We
no
haven't hit
Ferris
all of John
Bueller.
Hughes.
Yeah. We only done like 2 John Hughes.
Dankeschön,
Dankeschön. Okay.
Go, Troy.
So, the budget for this movie,
Is.
$15 million. And that
That's a
translated
lot of cheese.
into 2023 money, that's $40 million, over 40 mil.
Fook me.
No, fuck you.
Can we do that? Twins.
That's
I can't
2000
wait
and
to see
something,
the
right?
Twins.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it made $49 million.
Okay.
That translated into 2021 money. It's over $131 million that this movie made. Yeah, so it made its money back times what, 3?
Yeah.
So like,
More so, I'm just thinking about the inflation that's come for over 40 years. Money isn't cheap.
It be changing.
I know.
And I can't even like live in a world now where I don't do the translation math, like calculator.
You're gonna just have it in your head when somebody like gives you the bill and like, bitch, in 1987 that would have been.
I am not. I'm getting pretty good that I'm not far off when I see it. Like,
Okay.
I was watching I Love Lucy, and they're like, "Rent is $100," and he was all yelling at it. I was like, "Whoa,
Bitch.
yeah!" And it was like, almost $1,000 or some shit like that. And I was like, "Okay, then I understand you being upset."
Mm-hmm.
But today, $100, I'd be like, "Bitch, that's $100, man. This is practically free." Okay, Rotten Tomatoes, critics.
Yep.
92%.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody likes this movie. Who
Yeah.
doesn't like Steve Martin
Yeah.
or John Candy or John Hughes?
Or John Hughes. The man could do no wrong.
Yeah, especially in the 80s, late 80s. Like, he's had major hits before this.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
he can't do any wrong, and they loved him. Audience, 87%.
Okay.
I think people probably don't like John Candy's character that much. I
What?
think that he's very probably annoying. I feel like people, I don't know.
I think that I get that. Like, you associate with one character or the other. I associate with Steve Martin's character, and like, there's some infuriating shit. Like, it's a series of unfortunate events, and a lot of people don't want to watch a movie where the person that they see themselves as is constantly getting kicked in the nuts. Like, I get it.
But
This
it's
movie
Steve
pisses
Martin.
me off too, in the best possible way.
It's Steve Martin. He's always the good guy getting kicked. That's like his.
Mm-hmm. Not always. Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay, for one
Oh,
thing, he was the
Mom.
bad guy. That's the only time he was the bad guy in his whole ass career, and that's still my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'll be a dentist.
You'll be a dentist. Okay,
We haven't done a musical month in a while.
we haven't.
We're gonna get back to that.
So
So,
the ZZ Fresh,
hit it.
97%. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think the casting is good. Obviously, the two people we follow are some of my two favorite comedic actors ever. And the locations are cool. Obviously, it's John Hughes, so you get that emotional side, that real side, but some funny and like goofy shit.
For sure.
It's just good. It's something that I watch every year. And not this year. I'm done watching it. I watched it about 7 times this week. I watched it. That was my 4th time. I watched it twice before I even came over here.
I get that.
But I love this movie so much.
I do too. I would give it a solid 93%. Yeah. Like we said, John Hughes can do no wrong. I don't think that he did anything that he shouldn't in this movie. But like when you watch it, and like this movie was made in 1987, all of America is not white.
I know.
And that's my only beef with it. And I'm not saying to just hit a quota, but it's not a direct representation of America, even when they're in New York or they're in Chicago, That's my only thing with it, is Hollywood was very white back then.
I also agree with you. I mean, he doesn't put color in his movies, period.
Yeah.
They are all really white. Which is something that, it doesn't mean that you're not great at what you do. I love Martin Scorsese. I think all the movies that he make are great, but he does not make characters of color. They're always white men. That is all the story that he wants to tell, or the story that he can tell, is
Yeah.
white men. And
I can
Either
understand that.
yeah.
You stay in the pocket that you understand. But at the same time, if you're making a movie where somebody is literally traveling the country and hitting different spots of
Yeah.
the country,
yeah,
that's the only part that I would knock some points off for, is you have a responsibility to represent that part of the country.
but the part of the country they were traveling
Sure.
is real white. But I mean, like, you were going to Chi-Town. There's black people all around there.
Black people
Just
all
people
around there.
all around
Just
New
people of
York.
color all throughout New York.
Yeah.
In the airports,
Yeah.
all over the place. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Do you think he did that by choice?
I think that
Or
that
he
was
just-
just
he just
Hollywood
did
in
it.
the 80s.
He just, like, did it because that's just
Yeah.
how he sees it.
Yeah, I think that was just Hollywood in the 80s. And so, yeah.
And reasons like that is why I get very upset when people get upset when they're like, oh, Disney is getting so woke or so and so is getting so woke. It's because how many more like white stories do we have to hear? Like kind of
Sure.
deal, you know, like kind of feeling like there's other stories out there in the world, other different genders and races that have stories that also need to be told.
I'll buy that. My argument with that would be tell the story how it was written in the book. Whatever the depiction of the book is what you should be depicting. So I don't think that Snow White should be a Latina. She's Snow White.
I get that.
Skin as white as snow.
That one makes
Like-
a little more sense. But if you mad that Ariel is black when she's a fake ass, a mermaid that's not even a real thing,
Yeah.
I'm a little mad. Because in my head, Ariel was always been black. She's my favorite because she wasn't just white. She was extremely different, obviously different from all the other princesses. She could never be the same because she part fish. She ain't fully white. So I always, as a child before Princess Tiana, identified with her. I love the water, and she's not Snow White. She's not Belle. She's not Cinderella.
As with most things, there's always an overcorrection before we get to the proper calibration of
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
And
I definitely
as
believe
right
that
now
as well.
we're in an overcorrection. That's all it is.
And once we overcorrect
People are going to
it-
call it out. That's humanity. They're going to say, hey, no, you're pushing it too far. And then the other side's like, hey, no, we're going too far. And then you're like, all right, well, let's settle on this.
Yeah, we got to get in the middle.
But you got to have the conversation in order to find the middle.
I agree. But I also like colorful casting.
Mm.
But I love John Hughes. He makes great movies.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about him before.
Yeah.
We've done Uncle Buck and we've done Home Alone. And so he is...
And we will do many more of his movies.
Oh, fuck yes.
I'm already like, this is giving me difficulty to find my
okay?
words.
Are you okay?
What did you put in this shit?
I told you, cognac. Like,
I was drinking that day. I can't remember.
the only thing that's not alcohol is lemon juice. Sorry.
Mm.
This is how they were drinking back in the day. You got to drink like a man.
That's why you ride a sidecar on the way home.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit.
He had it right. He had it right. He's like, look, I'm about to get trashed at the restaurant right now. Who's going to drive me to the restaurant in the sidecar?
All right. Well, let's dive into this, man. Let's dive into this movie. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Directed by the great John Hughes. If y'all don't know who John Hughes is, you have some homework to do.
Oh, I was
'cause
about to say,
can't
you
call
better ask somebody.
You can't call yourself a movie lover, movie buff, cinephile, nothing if you don't know who John Hughes is. He is responsible for single-handedly giving 80s kids pop culture.
You are so fucking right, dude.
Like, serious. This was his 5th movie as a writer-director. Before this, he had already done 16 Candles,
Love it.
Breakfast Club,
Love it.
Weird Science,
Love it.
And right before this, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller. Yeah.
Fry.
And we have a couple of Ferris Bueller people in this movie, too.
Absolutely. And this is just what he did as a writer/director. If we count all the other movies that he wrote,
yeah.
that list doubles within a 7-year span. Because like we're talking about Mr. Mom.
Yep.
We're talking about National Lampoon's Vacation, which we did do.
Oh, that's right. We did 2 of them.
Yes. Pretty in Pink. Some Kind of Wonderful.
Some kind
Like,
of wonderful.
My dude just did not miss.
He had his finger on the pulse.
Absolutely.
How do you know what it's like to be a teenage girl? That's what I want to know. How do you know? How you know? Because you wrote so many movies about teenage girls.
How
that I
he
was
knew
like,
how to score a movie. You know, he had an ear for the music of the time. And because of such, so many of these movies are so well scored.
we were talking about it on Uncle Buck that he was the first like 80s movie that wasn't like considered a black movie to put like rap hip hop in his movie. And Uncle Buck, he puts like Wild Thing.
Nice.
And that was like a big deal. Like, you're like, what the fuck? He was like, look, this is what the kids are listening to.
Yeah.
We got to put this in here.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's introduced like a bunch of people to the Pixies, if I'm not mistaken, in one of these movies.
That makes sense. His
Yeah.
soundtracks do be slapping. They do.
Absolutely.
They do. Did you know that something that happened in his life inspired this movie?
What happened?
Okay, so John Hughes, in real life, back in the day, he worked for an advertisement agency, a company in Chicago, and he had a meeting in New York. It was just like a day meeting. He was supposed to go there and then get on like the 5 o'clock plane back to Chicago.
Some dipshit CEO was sitting there looking at 3 billboards.
He's looking at it like 3 days, 4 days later.
Meanwhile, they're whispering at the other end of the fucking table.
Miss Muff shit.
And he's like,
Yeah. Why
as
got
if, oh, I'm sorry, am I bothering you? Fuck yes, you're bothering. Make a decision, bitch.
You
Let's
are.
reconvene after the holidays. I want to get some fresh eyes on this. Bitch, your eyes ain't getting no fresher in the next 3 days.
You lucky if they open in the next 3 days, motherfucker. Okay, so no, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was that he went to the airport and his plane got delayed. And then he got on another plane and it got routed somewhere else, and he went to Denver, and then he went to Phoenix, and then he went to Wichita, Kansas.
Oh my God.
And eventually he ended up making it home, but it was only like, it was 5 days after he had left, like when he was supposed to be back.
Nightmare.
So it took him 5
Fucking
days.
nightmare.
And I feel like he had the worst time because traveling just sucks in general. Even if it goes smooth, it sucks. But like when anything happens, the smallest hiccup will throw your whole travel thing off. And to have me be rerouted to like different parts of the country, how you make it all the way to Arizona when you live in fucking Chicago? Where you going?
That's how they do them connecting flights.
Where you
I
going?
don't understand that shit.
How you end up over here?
Like, how do you have a layover in Miami if you're traveling from like Colorado to California or some shit? It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. When I saw that, I was like,
Or like Chicago to California. Why am I going to Miami? Wait, what?
what?
How was that cheaper, bitch?
That makes no sense. I don't know how it works. All I know is I would have been upset and I would have wrote a movie about it too.
Yeah, $49 million later.
I wonder if he did run
You
into
want to waste
like,
my time? Gotcha, bitch.
I wonder if he like sat there and he really did run into like the lady he fucking cusses out.
Oh my gosh, probably, yeah.
I don't know if he took planes
Or
or
he
trains.
just witnessed it with somebody else. Like, it could have been just one of those holiday weekends. Everybody is screwed over. Like, you remember getting back here from Colombia, all kinds of people had issues.
I was
I
lucky
don't know if
enough
you
to
did.
have, no, we were smooth sailing there and back, me and Megan. But
Yeah.
some of our crew that were flying with us did miss it on the way there and had to wait.
Yeah.
For
Me and
another
Ashley
show.
had to make some phone calls, talk to some airlines, make some arrangements. I had to flirt with a lady on the phone.
You flirting with bitches.
Hey, if it gets me on an earlier flight.
Did it work?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it did. Ashley loves to see me like when we travel because I'm always flirting with like the old ladies. I don't know why. I always end up sitting next to the old ladies and they just think I'm a throwback kind of guy.
You are a throwback kind of
I'm
guy.
a classic man. Ooh, all right, it's too hot for this.
So, John Hughes, when he makes his movies, of course, you know, he likes to film it in or around Chicago.
Yes,
That is his.
that's his city. That's where
That's
he
his
was
city.
from. That's where he grew up. That's where he
everybody,
retired.
all the movies that you could think of are in or around Chicago.
Yeah, it's him and Cusack.
And so when he made this movie, ideally he wanted snow. Lots of snow.
Oof.
Beautiful white snow, piles of it to make this even more of like a journey to get to the house, right?
Gotcha.
But there wasn't really any snow in Chicago.
Wasn't that snow that year?
Nah. Like they flew from like the Midwest to the East Coast looking for snow. They were driving up and down from like Buffalo, New York, all over just trying to
It was
find
just a
snow.
dry winter.
So they were having their own planes, trains, and automobiles because they had to take all of these transportations to find snow.
Find the snow.
And when they would find the snow, as soon as they get there, it would start to melt.
Damn.
And now that I know that, you can see, like, okay, yeah, there's snow, but that's old snow that's, like,
Yeah, that's
on its
been
way
there for a
out.
minute.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But that's okay also.
That's
Like,
okay. That's real.
Yeah.
And we know how it is to, like, film in real, actual snow. It's so much
it's a
extra
fucking
shit.
nightmare.
Yeah. And so Hughes was like in a very grumpy mood making this movie. And
Sure.
so like even the cast and crew was just like, yeah, he was going through some shit. It was a rough
sure.
time for him to
Like
to film.
snow is the hardest terrain to film in.
Yeah.
Like you got production crews, you've got grips, electrics, art department, wardrobe, all these trucks coming in, all these people coming in, the AD department running around trying to rally everybody, trying to organize everybody. That's all steps. And if you're shooting a scene that's supposed to have fresh snow on the ground, guess what? Somebody stepped in your fresh snow. And now you got to reset that. And then you got to do the scene and hope that you get it on the first take. And if you don't, then you got to reset the snow.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the ass.
I get it.
And guess what? Afterwards, you got to turn around where all that shit was. Ugh. I don't think I'll ever make a movie that involves snow.
That's because you're a SoCal guy. We don't deal with that shit.
Well, it's not even that. Just as a filmmaker, I know how difficult it is, and then therefore I'm going to steer away from it if I can. Or I'll go Dawson's Creek where they just laid down the fabric that looked like
Just
snow.
just do that. I mean, I wouldn't know the difference. I go to the snow. I don't live in the snow.
Dawson's walking through the snow and
Yes.
it's moving with him.
Really? I've never even fucking seen that.
Oh, it's a great TikTok fucking
Get it? Well,
video of
because
like
no
an
one wants to
old
work in the fucking
Dawson's
snow.
Creek episode.
You've worked in snow on Abbott.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's
And-
not fun.
Well, I mean, that's obviously
It's
not
not
real
fun.
snow, though.
Oh, it's real.
I mean, yes, it's shaved
It's
ice.
snow cone snow.
Yes, it's shaved ice, but it's
Absolutely.
not like from the heavens.
But if they say we need more snow, guess who's got to deal with it?
You boo boo.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Or guess what? If somebody's got to walk across or run across a certain section, guess who's got to make sure it's safe?
Well, I appreciate it because I love the show. Thank you.
Welcome.
I appreciate it. It was
You
a
know how many
good,
times
good
I
episode.
dried up that crosswalk when our Abbott episode aired, where Chris Pettifer's character is saving Christmas for Lisa and Shirley Ralph.
Oh, that's right. You kept going across the street, right?
Yeah. Almost gets hit by the car. Merry Christmas!
Christmas.
Yeah. Who do you think made it safe?
You. Thank you for not letting him get hit. He's so cute.
He's so great. Speaking of great, I'm almost ready for a second one.
Okay. Well, let's use it up, and then I'll make you another one.
Who's Hughes?
John Hughes.
John Hughes.
We'll Hughes it up. Okay. So, I don't know how long after he came home from this trip, but he popped up in there. He locked himself in his room, and he knocked this script out, at least the first draft, in 3 days.
Sure.
He did like, what was it?
Went full Stallone.
He did. He made it where it was like, he did the first 60 pages in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Just
He was just on one of those. Yeah, I get that.
he
That's
probably
awesome.
he probably was just like, fuck this airline, and instead of writing a nasty
Letting out
Karen
his
letter,
aggression. They didn't have any Yelp at that time.
yep.
You know. And so he's just like
dear
hammering away on the
American
keyboard."
Airlines, I'm
Right.
writing a movie about how you guys suck.
I was like to say, I really don't appreciate your company leaving me in the middle of fucking
Nowhere.
nowhere with keys to a car that wasn't fucking there. And I really don't appreciate walking down a fucking highway and then through a fucking runway to have you fucking smiling in my fucking face. Yeah?
And then he was like, I feel great.
I gotta keep going. What
I'm about to make like
next?
$15 million off of this shit. Brilliant. And he ended up with 145 pages. That's how he did it. 145 pages in
Trim
3
the
days.
fat.
And he ended up shooting 600,000 feet of film for this movie, which is twice amount of like the average movie at that
Yeah.
time for film.
That's like 12 takes. Yeah, that's fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
It
That's
means
expensive.
that
And they still got under 15 mil? Shit.
yeah, because he ended up filming like 3 hours and 40 minutes worth of fucking shit.
Jesus.
And it got cut.
Yeah.
Lot of it got cut. More got cut than is actually in the movie.
You can make a whole nother movie.
You can.
Part two.
And the movie, you can't make a whole nother movie. You got to add these things back into the movie. Because I found out some of the shit that was missing from this movie. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be like Lord of the Rings Part 3 again.
Lost version
Continued.
of this movie. A lot of things don't make sense in this movie if you watch it. You're like, what is that?
I hate that.
And I'm about to tell you some of them, okay?
Tell me.
Okay. So, like I said, it was 145 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a little over 3.5 hours was the thing. And they cut it to 2 hours.
Sure.
And then Paramount was like, nah, girl,
Shorten it.
shorter. So then it's an hour and a half is what we get. So more is on the cutting room floor than is in the movie. And John Hughes said that he didn't know where the rest of the shit was. It's probably on, some cutting room floor or in a vault in Paramount that'll never be shown.
Never be released.
Well, okay, here's one of them. One of the scenes that is different than what we see. So the Motown scene where Del is in the bed and Steve Martin's in the shower, right?
Okay.
Del orders a pizza and a 6-pack, and the
That's
delivery guy comes to the door.
I was wondering about that.
The delivery guy comes to the door. Now, Del does not know where his wallet is, so he goes into Steve Martin's wallet and he takes money to pay for the pizza and the beer. Okay? He leaves the pizza man $1 tip. And then he goes and he eats this pizza. And he leaves Steve Martin one slice. And it says, in the script, the most disgusting piece of pizza ever is, left with him. Anchovies and mushrooms and gross cheese and very greasy. And you see in the trailer, Steve Martin actually, trying to eat a piece of pizza or, looking at it. It's because it's cut from this scene. And while he does that, obviously, he turns the bed on and it starts to vibrate the massage and it shakes the beer up. He opens the beer and gets it all over the bed. So that's a scene that is cut.
This is the part that the audience doesn't like.
That doesn't know. And not only that, but the dude who comes and breaks in to steal their wallet is the pizza delivery
guy.
Because he fucking got $1 tip. So that's where that is. I didn't really know that. And I think they did a pretty good job of just talking to things.
It makes suggested things
things we miss.
I'm sure he was very careful about where he cut that 30 minutes out, but it still pisses you off.
Now Del does tell him before they go to bed, when he's apologizing for the beer and stuff, he does tell them oh, by the way, I took money out of your wallet for the pizza. I'll pay you back.
Sure.
So he does know that, and that's why in the diner he was like, well, you went in my stuff, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And when they say that, you're just like, when? I didn't see any of that. Okay. So.
That's infuriating on two levels.
Another one, this is a subplot that is completely cut out of the movie. But once you kind of know, you're going to start to notice it. So Neil's wife, she keeps getting these phone calls from him, right? Mm-hmm. But she's calling because she's getting these phone calls. But while she's talking to him, she's thinking this fool's cheating on her. And that's why he's not home.
That's why he's not home.
He's with his lady. And so she starts getting suspicious. And she even mentions that, why aren't you home? Your coworker, the dude who got your gloves, he home. Mm-hmm. Why aren't you home? Kind of thing.
Sure.
And there even comes a point where, and
she's just getting phone calls.
She's just
That's
getting phone
all
calls.
she gets.
So her mind is running.
You don't know where. You can't see where the phone is coming from. This is 1980s. Well, maybe.
Unless you the popo.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
So she thinks that he's cheating. She even makes a comment about well, how is Del doing? And he'd be like, he's fine. What the fuck? Why are you asking about him? Mm-hmm. She's like, well, just don't be coming home with his panties in your briefcase. Kind of thing.
Wow.
And he goes, that's funny because I actually dried my face with his panties today. Like, kind of thing, like a joke, because that actually happens.
Yes, it did.
She gets mad and she hangs up the phone. So that's why when he actually brings them to Thanksgiving, the look on her face is, it's more than
It's
like,
that
oh,
of, he wasn't cheating.
he
on
wasn't
me.
cheating. And that's why she's like, I'm happy to see you. You know, she starts crying because in her head, she's thinking he's like screwing the secretary, hot young secretary.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. But no, really, he went through hell.
He went through hell to get home to you.
To you. Mm-hmm. And so that's why she's
I
like
got
crying
you.
and stuff.
See, and now when you watch the movie and you see his face from her eyes, it's more so like they know each other because of all that he's told her about, like, going through over the last few days.
So that's I kind of wish that was stayed.
I wish that was staying.
Because it would have gave his wife more of a, like, they just show her, you know, watching TV, falling asleep, taking care of the kids, cooking a turkey or whatever.
Yeah, they show the endearing moments that make him want to get home and make you want to see him get home.
But I kind of wish that they would have had her just pissed in her, like, what the fuck is going on? Where is he? Your homie just called. He just dropped off your fucking gloves.
Leave it to the studios.
He just dropped off your gloves. And he left like 2 hours after you.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't you home?
This feels like a white man can't jump situation. I called hours ago.
She did.
Sydney's already home. Fucking pizza's all cold and the wine is all warm.
So yeah, what else is there? Okay, there's another one. And this made a lot of sense to me. And I wish they would have kept this because it would have just added on to it.
Okay.
So, you remember, Trooper pulls him over and he's like, you really think this car is like
Safe?
safe to like drive?
Yes, I do.
Like nothing works except the radio.
She's not pretty to look at, but she'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah. Can you believe
Ironically,
it?
the only thing that works is the radio.
It's the radio, you know? So when he gets pulled over, they get pulled over, he starts talking to the trooper, and then the trooper's like, where are you guys headed? And they're like, Chicago. And he's like,
Chicago.
Chicago? Do you know that you're 100 miles past Chicago? And they're like, what?
Yes, sir, I do.
And they get out of the car, and they start fighting in the car because, you know, like Steve Martin's pissed because
Took the wrong directions.
bitch, how did you get us 100 miles past it?
Begs the question, is he purposely trying to keep him away from home?
Okay, we'll get to it. So, once they find out that they're like 100 miles past Chicago, they start to fight, and then they kind of get arrested, they get arrested and towed. Their car gets towed. So once you see the scene where the trooper leaves and it shows like the courthouse or police station, I think it might be, it's because Steve Martin was in there and he was getting strip searched. And, you know, and he comes out and Dell's out there and he's just like, what took so long? Like, you know, they didn't strip search me. Why they strip search you? Like, kind of deal. And he's just like, whatever, let's get the car. And he's like, oh, we can't. They towed it. And I didn't get insurance when I rented the car because you remember he uses his card to rent it. So
This motherfucker would not be at my house Thanksgiving.
Neil gets pissed off and does what anybody would probably do.
Punches him.
Punches him in the face. And then
You got to add that in.
they separate. I didn't read like what happens after that. Like they separate, but then he finds the trucker to come get him, right? And he's like, "Oh, I told you, I got you." But that's when you notice that he has the black eye.
Yeah.
It's because he got punched. There's so many things missing from this movie, and once
Leave it to a studio to figure out how to tell a good story.
and once you know these things, you're just like, okay, this movie makes so much more sense. Not that it didn't make sense. It just makes more sense.
But it was great as a 2-hour movie. It doesn't need to be an hour and a half.
Yeah, you probably should have kept an extra 30 in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fifth scene that was cut, that was a big one, was the ending scene. So
What about the
I
ending?
heard a bunch of things that it was supposed to be like they get to Steve Martin's house, and then Dell's like, you know what, you should be with your family, and then he leaves Now, I heard there was many rewrites on set for this movie.
The ending is a very hard thing to
So
accomplish.
I'm sure that this had a couple different endings.
Sure.
So it was that one, and then he ends, and he's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he like walks off, and like that's it. I think it's lame. Would not pick that one. Then there's another one where, after he says goodbye to him on the train tracks, he gets on the train and he goes home, and when he gets like to a street or like close to his home, Dell's there. And he's like, "Bitch, what are you doing here?" And that's when he kind of explains, my wife died and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't have a home.
I don't have a home. But he didn't like that. So what they did, and they, like, John Hughes thought that people wouldn't like Dell, thinking that he is really creepy, like showing up at the dude's house and shit like that. And
Yeah,
it wouldn't
agreed.
make him likable.
No.
And you want him to be likable. So
Yes.
he shot it where he meets them in the train station. He's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
And he tells them, "I don't have a home to go to. My wife died years ago." And he
just lives on the road.
talking about how after his wife died, he like sold everything and moved, and he just made the road his home. He doesn't have a home, and so he latches on to people when he meets them, and the holidays are always the toughest. And so
I think they should have at least kept that monologue
I think
in,
that would have been a good monologue too.
especially coming from John Candy. It breaks your heart in the few words that he says already,
Yeah.
but it leaves you wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just say, "My wife died 8 years ago. I don't have a home," and
Yeah.
then cut to them walking down the street.
And that's what it is. I mean, before we know all this, like, that was okay, I guess, to me, because I didn't know there was more to be had.
It left me wanting more.
It did. Like, why? Why are you... So this whole time you were just lying to us?
Especially in a John Hughes movie.
Because there was more. So he tells them all that stuff, and how, the holidays he usually latches on to somebody, but like this year, he just couldn't let go.
Yeah,
And
smothered
it's like
him.
something, like, this is what he says.
Yeah.
And then that's when Steve Martin is just like, "All right, bitch, come on. You're coming with me.
Coming home with me. No, I couldn't post Dell.
Come on, you stupid. Get in
Get
there."
up.
Yeah. So that's just pieces of the movies. There's more than that.
I get it. I get it.
People on YouTube read the script, like the actual script, and brought up attention of these things were missing from the script. And eventually this got up to like Steve Martin and to Paramount. And so Paramount did release a newer 4K Blu-ray DVD
Oh,
of
go
this
fuck
movie
yourself.
that has, I think it's like 70 minutes worth of extra shit in it. So finally, if you do really want to go see it,
No.
you can go get your 4K Blu-ray DVD.
Nope.
I'll just wait till somebody puts it on YouTube
I
so I
don't
can
want to
see
see
the
it
little...
personally because it's not John Hughes's version. It's not John Hughes's edited version.
True.
It's going to be Paramount's edited version.
Now, I don't know if, like, I'm not saying that they added these things into the movie. I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay. It's just deleted scenes in the...
I'm thinking it's more of like a deleted scenes.
Yeah.
And
It's-
you can figure out where they go.
It's still not John Hughes. It's Paramount,
not.
not John Hughes. And that's why I don't really care to see them.
I just want to see it because Steve Martin and John Candy they're going to do a good job of whatever John Hughes wrote.
I
and
agree.
just to see it. Like, I'm not going to say it's going to I want
agree.
it into the movie.
But it's not...
But if it's lost, I always like to see lost footage
Yeah.
and stuff.
And if it's not going to be edited by him, it's not going to be scored by him, and those
True.
are crucial things. It's not going to be his takes that he circled. It's going to be what they thought were the best takes. And therefore, it's not a depiction of the director's work.
That's true. That's true.
So it's going to be, it's going to be somebody that they hired and like, "Oh, I like these ones. Let's take this one. Let's take this angle from this one and this angle from that one," versus what John Hughes would have done. And you can't recreate John Hughes.
You can't.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm mad at him for telling him not to do it in the first place.
You knew they were going to tell him not to do it.
Damn. 2 hours. That's the over-under. If it goes over 2 hours, then you can give me an issue.
Yeah.
But if it's under 2 hours, the over-under on a movie is 2 hours.
2 hours.
If I do 2:05, you can give me flack for those 5 minutes, and I'll plead my case, especially if you hired me. But don't ask me to turn a 2-hour movie into an hour and 30-minute movie. It's stupid. It's stupid.
It's not even a 2-hour movie. It's an hour, 3.5 hour movie turned into an hour and a half movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what it is.
know,
It's
he
not
got
just,
it down to
it's not
2
that
hours.
yeah, he got it to 2 hours, and they were like, you know what? 30 minutes more.
When it starts leading to questions of like, when the fuck was the beer was spilled, or where the fuck did he get the black eye? I got an issue. Yeah.
I got an issue too. And when I found that
No.
out, I was very upset. I
If
found
the
that out
links in the
years ago.
chain are not there,
Yeah.
you're fucking up.
A couple years ago, I found that out, and it changed my whole output on this movie. I was like, dang, there's so much we're missing.
So much.
It makes sense, because I was like, where the fuck does black eye come from? When did you spill this beer?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why is the wife just all extra emotional?
Yeah, absolutely.
My mom would have been like, I'm so happy you're home, but I need you to help me with the potato salad. Can you go get the chairs out of the garage? Like, you know, like that's what a normal mom who's like putting all of Thanksgiving together by herself
Yeah.
would have been like, baby, oh, I'm so glad you're home.
But this is a suburban 80s Chicago suburbs mom,
I get that.
housewife. Like, she's very demure.
We don't know she a housewife.
That's what is suggested in the movie.
We
That's
don't.
why he travels. You know,
That's true. I don't know.
she's home at 5 o'clock with the kids. She's got the kids there, which means she had time to pick them up from school when they got out at 3:12.
She seems like she sells like Mary Kay or something.
She
on the
could.
side. Some Tupperware.
She could.
Some Tupperware
You know.
on the side.
But to suggest that he's making a phone call to her saying he'll be home tonight. He left at 5 in order to make the 6 o'clock flight, and they're already at home. She's got the kids at the dinner table. You can't do all of that when the kids got out at either 2:15 or 3:12 from school. You had to be available to pick them up from school, get them home, get them changed into their dinner clothes, because these suburb kids got their play clothes and they got their dinner clothes. All that takes time.
I was a suburb kid and we had clothes.
No, this is the 80s and the
The
rich part of
80s.
Chicago.
We were in the richer part. She could have took the whole week off because it's Thanksgiving week. You know your babies ain't gonna be in
She's
school.
not Melanie Griffith. I'm
You
just
don't
gonna
know.
say that. I'm just gonna say that. She's not Melanie Griffith.
I just don't like
They
to think
didn't
of
write her that way.
I just don't like to think of like just moms. Like
Ain't nothing wrong with being a mom.
there's nothing wrong with being a mom, but like in a movie, I want you to have a little more depth than just being a stay-at-home
And
mom.
I'm sure she does.
Unless you're a Mr. Mom, I
Yeah.
guess. If you're a Mr. Mom, then yeah, you got a lot of depth.
He had a lot of depth in his beard.
It is beer.
You want a beer?
Oh.
7 a.m. Scotch?
I'll take a beer in the morning.
Also written by John Hughes.
John Hughes.
Knocking it out all the time. All right. Well, let's talk about these actors then.
All right.
Speaking of, we can start with our mom that we were just diving into, Miss Layla Robbins.
Layla.
So I really enjoyed her character. I think that she depicted the right character of a woman that you want to get back to. He loves her so much. What it is he loves her as much as Dell loved his wife.
To the wives.
So there was a time when Dell wanted to get home to his wife. And then she died. And that's why he stays on the road, because he just has nobody to go home. I don't want to imagine coming home to this home and Ashley's not here. Like, it
I know.
fucks me up. This is why I say it's a horrible last 5 minutes, because
I
it just
know.
eats me alive to imagine those type of things.
I'll be here. I'm sitting on the porch, smoking a joint.
I know you will.
It's not the same though. I know. I'm not smashed.
But I love the way that she depicted this character. That's what I'm saying. She don't need to work.
So do you
Doesn't have to be in
think
the story.
that if
You love her as she is.
if they added the whole her suspicion of him cheating, do you think it would have added to, like, you don't like her as much?
Depends on how she played it. Depends on how she portrayed that character. But I think that she is well within her rights to think so. But at the same time, she should know her husband. But at the same time, this is a movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Maybe she wanted a career, but they had children and she made that sacrifice. We don't know.
You're right. She got a
No.
little one, so she ain't at
Yeah.
work.
She got little Matthew Lawrence at home.
No, the mother's one smaller than him. But yeah, he looks so cute with his little bowl haircut.
Dude, can we should okay, we'll talk about the honorable mentions in a minute. But yeah, she's exactly the type of person that should have been depicted, so that it warrants all of the hard work. Let's face it, if he was in a run-of-the-mill, not-so-great marriage, he would have waited until the 8 o'clock flight. He wouldn't have been trying so hard to get home. He would have stayed in one of those motels an extra day until a flight was available. You know, she's got to be that type of wife that you want to get back to.
I don't know. I always just thought it was because it was Thanksgiving. You got to be there. It's Thanksgiving.
Also the kids,
your mama,
you know,
your daddy showed
All of that
up.
stuff.
You know, the in-laws are there.
You'll love this. She usually plays a very poised, career-driven woman in most of her characters.
I do like that. Thank you. Thank you. Because I was feeling like, well,
She can do it all.
I'm just
She
tired
can
of
do
stay-at-homes.
both. She can
But
do
yes.
both. So, you guys might recognize Miss Layla. She plays Pamela Milton in The Walking Dead. So I want to say that was like season 6, season 7, somewhere around there. She's also Grace Mallory in The Boys.
Okay.
You watch The Boys.
But I can't think of The Walking Dead. Continue. It's The Walking Dead, not Fear or...
No, The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't remember what she's like, her thing.
I gotta think on that one. You know that's my show.
And
I watched
also,
it to the beginning to end.
A movie that I think that we would enjoy doing on this podcast. It is a 90s movie, not an 80s movie.
Okay.
And don't say no based off of the title, but it's called Live Nude Girls.
You think I would say no to nude girls?
It is her. It is what's her name from Sex and the City?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
No.
It's Samantha Jones.
Shit, I can't remember her
Damn.
name right now. But
I'm a couple drinks in.
yeah, Samantha from
Samantha.
Sex and the City.
Samantha Jones, bitch.
So those two are two of the main characters. There's like 5 ladies, and they're a little bit older, and they all are like crushing on this young delivery boy, and like they're just, you know, they're older women that be talking about sex. So I'll give you a quote directly from Layla Robbins' mouth in the movie. She straight up says, "Can't we talk about something besides sex for 5 minutes?" Okay, fine. Let's talk about.
Okay, so yes, I am totally down. This sounds awesome. It sounds like a Golden Girls type of deal. You said they were older ladies, right?
They're like, you know, not older, like especially not by our like 2023 standards,
No.
by 1990 standards.
They were older.
So they're like 35 to 45.
What the fuck, bitch? That's not old. Get out of here.
In the 90s. In the 90s,
I don't wanna hear that shit.
35 to 45, you had like 3 kids by then.
Or you could be free and travel the world with your big ass titties like me.
I didn't hear nothing I disagree with.
I do remember who she is. I had to see
I
her.
say we watch this movie after we're done here tonight.
I did
You got somewhere to be?
here. I don't have to leave until tomorrow morning
Done.
to make my travels for Thanksgiving.
You're going to see tight 90s jeans and ponytails.
My favorite.
And some sexy ladies in lingerie. Let's
I'm down.
go.
But I feel like I had to look at her now to realize who she is in The Walking Dead. She is in the last season.
Yes. Oh, it's the last season? Okay.
And
Gotcha.
she's not the best person.
No. Like I said.
She's not the best person.
Like
but
I
she
said.
a career woman, though, and that too.
Yes. Absolutely.
I like it.
Yeah,
she has
she's
little
had
short
some
hair.
great, like, long, like, recurring roles on some really good shows of the time. Those
She's
two,
a great actress. That's
Yeah,
why I said I wish
absolutely.
they would have like went with that storyline so I could have had a little more from her.
Like I said, she can do both.
Because her just sleeping is not you know.
I mean,
sleep in front of
talk
the-
to Paramount. Hughes wanted to do more with her. Can't blame John Hughes on that. You got to talk to Paramount. Paramount, what the fuck?
Paramount.
Jeez. Excuse me. But like we said, little Maddie Lawrence played little Neil, aka Steve Martin's son. We
Why
got
don't
some-
I get noogies? He's like, cause you get the Indian burns.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the noogies.
Uh-huh.
Me too. Indian burns fucking hurt,
Indian
man.
birds suck.
That's not love. That's pain.
Will you tussle my hair, Mr. Hanks?
Yeah, what the
sure I
fuck?
will, son. We got some great like cameos in this movie. Matthew Lawrence is one of them. If y'all don't know who Matthew Lawrence
It's
is,
Smashley's boyfriend.
Yeah. Go watch Boy Meets World.
'Cause
Go
it's
watch
Boy
Mrs.
Meets
Doubtfire.
World. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Shit.
She's a he. She's a she.
What? You're gonna get it in the balls. Yeah.
She have those? I don't know.
Watch your mouth, young man.
Yes.
Yeah, hook me up.
I know. I saw your
Help me
glass
out.
was empty.
Help me out. But also, we'll talk about some other people, namely the newest Avenger, Kevin Bacon. I'm kidding. That's just a play because they ask if Kevin Bacon is.
Oh, 'cause he's
Avenger.
part of-
He may be part of the team. I don't know. I haven't been
He
to Earth
is.
in a
He's
while.
part Guardian of the Galaxy, the Christmas one. Did you see that one?
No.
The Guardians? Because
No.
you know how he be talking about them. He's like, this is not like Footloose. And she's like, I don't know what
Exactly
Footloose.
like Footloose.
I don't know what
Is it still the
Footloose
greatest
is.
movie ever? It never was.
It was at one point.
It was a great fucking movie. Tom Holland, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but all right.
I mean, Spider-Man.
well, this Christmas, we need to watch the Christmas event, Guardians of the Galaxy because Kevin Bacon's in it.
No shit?
Yeah.
I'll watch it for Kevin Bacon.
For like, it's not like, oh, he's Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is Kevin Bacon. It's good. It's a good one.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in this, he plays two roles. He plays the taxi cab racer.
He sure does.
So when Steve Martin is running down the street trying to get to that cab, Kevin Bacon's ass is on the other side of the street, and I love it so much.
He did.
Slapping his newspaper all over the place. God damn it.
Pissed.
Absolutely. And then you hear his voice when they're in the motel, which means he's like on the radio or something.
No, do you want me to
What is
tell
it?
you, boo boo?
Yes, yes, yes.
Where'd it go? Okay, so when you be hearing, it's when the wife is falling asleep and the TV's watching her sleep, and it's like some
She
lady.
falling asleep to Kevin Bacon?
She's falling asleep to a movie called She's Having a Baby.
Oh,
And Kevin Bacon is in
okay.
it. And not only is Kevin Bacon in it,
Uh-huh.
but it's a John Hughes
Yes,
movie.
it is.
And when this movie, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles came out,
Uh-huh.
She's Having a Baby had not even been released.
No, it hadn't.
So she watching a bootleg copy
That's so
up in her
good.
house. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love that so much.
Yeah, he probably was editing it at the time and was
Uh-huh.
like, you know what, let's
Let me just
put
throw that in there. Shit, Lights, Camera, Cocktails is in my movie.
Is it really?
Yes. So when Trejo is at home and the phone rings, guess who's on TV?
It's us?
It's Lights, Camera.
I didn't even notice that.
What else do I have the rights to?
That is so true.
Remind me, I need you to sign something after the
I ain't
show.
signing shit. Yeah, I ain't signing shit. That's brilliant. Perfect. Why not? Why not?
It's literally me, you, and Smashley.
Is it really?
It is.
All right, well, I want 2 credits then.
Okay. Additional voices.
Yeah, I want 2 credits. That's great.
You got it. I also want to give a recognition to Doobie's Taxi, played by none other than Mr. Larry Hankin. Most people recognize him from Friends. He is the neighbor that lives down below or up top? No, down below, because they like stomp on the floor when they're like in a fight. You know,
He come up like, knock that shit off.
So he doesn't do it like that though. He'll like knock on there, and I can't remember his name at the moment, but like Monica will answer the door, and he's like, "You're disturbing my oboe practice. You don't play the oboe." Yeah, I can play the oboe.
I could. I know that life. I'm living in my first apartment, and you got to walk quietly through the shit.
He's the whole reason why Joey ends up being roommates with Chandler. Because Chandler originally agrees to a roommate of this rich photographer who is a model photographer. So he has like
ladies.
Sexy ladies coming through all the time. And so he's like, yeah. But then he shows up and like starts to move in. But he ends up in the apartment because the door happened to be unlocked. And he's just causing trouble. He's like, I'm Chandler's new roommate. Oh, man. Well, he told me to move in today. Well, I guess I'll go into my apartment now. And he, like, opens the door, and it happens to be unlocked. He's like, haha.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember his name right now. But he plays our taxi cab driver and many, many other things.
Many more.
And lastly, of course, we got to talk about Miss Eddie McClura, our car rental agent. She's so good.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. Like, she's so... I love her.
Can I help you?
Is she still alive? What does she look like? I hope she looks exactly the same with her, like, big red hair and her, like, beautiful cheeks.
I'm sure she is.
They say that he's a righteous dude.
Oh, what a little asshole.
What a little asshole.
All right.
She has
Sloane Peterson's father on line 1.
She has the best accent.
And watch your mouth this time. She's very Midwest.
She is very Midwest. I love her. We will talk about her when we do Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Gotta do Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We should do like a like end of the school year month. You know what I mean?
Can I like throw something out here?
Then we can do Goofy Movie because it's the end of the school year. You know what I mean? Yeah. No more chemistry tests. No more mysteries meat. No more gym. No more gym. No more gym. I'm gonna move to the mall, gonna live in the pool, gonna talk to Roxanne and not feel like a fool.
Cause after today, okay. I was about to get into.
I know, we're gonna do it.
Can we watch that?
Today she'll be mine.
I love that. Yes, we should definitely do this movie. That movie,
100%.
along with like Ferris Bueller and Back to School and all these good movies.
For sure.
But before we do that, can we just talk about, do you think that John Hughes' cinematic universe is all connected?
To a degree, yes.
Okay. Do you think that the homie who picked up the gloves, who plays Ferris Bueller's dad in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is Ferris Bueller's dad? He was a businessman. We don't know what the fuck he did. He was a businessman. And he worked in Chicago.
We've got the money, Neil. We've got the money. We just need to spend it, you dickhead. Mm-hmm. You know? I'll be home at 6:30 sharp, pal.
What do you think?
Could be. Yeah, because he lives in
Chicago.
It's never disclosed what he does as far as advertising. You're right.
And let's just say that Ferris Bueller, she decided she didn't want to work in the office no more, and now she works in an airport somewhere. Yeah. Or
she got sick of
the principal just being all extra.
Mr. Ed Rooney.
Because these people, they all live in the same general area. Mm-hmm. Even including the McAllister. The McAllister's house is...
Dude, I had to do a double take on the house.
It's not the same house.
It's not the same house.
The Home Alone house is a town over. Mm. So they could still we don't even know what like Mr. McAllister do. We've had I went in a whole deep dive thinking that maybe he worked for the mob or he worked in some underground stuff or he's CIA or he's just a businessman. Whatever, he is still in the universe. He could have popped up somewhere too.
Sure. Yeah. Well, she is still working. She does still have red hair.
Oh, she
Like,
looked good.
Yeah, she looks great. Check it out.
She looks exactly the same. Her hair is a little smaller because it's not the 80s no more.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
But
it.
still doing her thing. She recently did some voices on Family Guy.
She has a great voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a righteous dude.
So you got me on that one.
Just can't. Like I said, I love her. That scene of the "you're fucked" is probably my favorite scene in this entire movie. Just to see how angry he is. We've all been there. Some of us might not have gone to the extent that he does, where you cuss out a fucking person at the counter.
Sure.
But we've all had that anger inside us.
I've gotten into it with some people before, you know, and not to that degree. I haven't cussed some people out, but there are some times where some people were doing some stupid shit, and like I had to be like, no, don't give me that bullshit. Don't fucking look at me like I'm a fucking criminal. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
And that's how it goes.
That's
But-
how the cookie crumbles.
And that's how the cookie crumbles. You know I want to do that movie. You know it.
All right, let me put it in.
Okay, so another part of this universe. Okay. The car they rent,
Yes.
that Dale rents,
The one that catches on fire?
catches on fire. It's supposed to be a close remake of the Griswolds.
I can see that. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. It's green and everything.
Yeah. I do think that John Hughes liked the idea of tying his movies together. So, if I'm not mistaken, there are posters up in the Breakfast Club that were from his first movie that never got released or something like that. Or something from 16 Candles. You know? So he does like to keep his movies together.
I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
If
mean,
you're-
it's like Quentin Tarantino. He likes to use, Big Kahuna Burger just to show that, oh yeah, we're still in the same,
absolutely.
still in the same timeline, the same
Absolutely.
universe.
It's genius.
It is genius. And I do think that for your next movie, I'm going to write a letter to Quentin and I'll be like, let us use Big Kahuna, like the name, or at least the Apple cigarettes or something. Since you about to, your next movie is
He's
your
about to be
last
done.
movie. Yeah. So you might as well let your shit live on.
He's got to like Pug first.
He will.
He will.
He will.
Okay.
I see it.
Great.
I know him. I don't know him, but I know him and I know what he likes.
Well, his new movie theater has officially opened.
What is it?
The Vista.
Oh,
He
yeah,
bought the
yeah, yeah,
Vista.
yeah, yeah. I haven't.
So now
gone.
he owns the New Beverly and he owns the Vista. So, maybe we'll go down there, see if he's there.
Tomorrow I'm
Watch a
going to go
movie.
see The Hunger Games. Brr, brr, brr.
Mm.
I can't wait. I read the book. It was so good.
Who are you going with?
Rashad and my cousin Jada.
Fine.
You don't care.
I wasn't invited, so how could
You don't care about The Hunger Games.
Excuse me, I have seen all three of them many, many times.
Well, too bad because there's 4 of them and you missing one.
No, there's
Yeah.
3.
Oh, you're just putting Mockingjay together. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
Nah, let's...
And, I mean, yes,
literally just talked about this.
there's 3 books. You're totally correct. There's 3, now 4 with this book. But yes, 3 original.
Yeah,
Um,
there's 3.
can I just?
The Hobbit is one book. It's a tiny book.
But 3
Studios,
movies.
stop splitting books into 2 and 3 movies.
I'm-
It does not work.
I'm personally surprised they did not cut this Hunger Games, the Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds and Snakes.
Buster Scruggs.
I'm surprised they didn't because this one is the longest of
Sure.
the Hunger Games books.
Okay.
It did take me a minute to read it, but it was so worth it. I took it to Columbia with us. It's so good.
What's next? Harry Potter?
Harry Potter is next. Let me put that on my hand, actually. Tomorrow, I gotta sit in the car. I should audiobook the next one.
10 years late to the prom. Just saying.
But as long as I show up,
Girl, I've had my dress on for so long waiting for you.
my boutonniere is fucking...
These pumps are killing me.
It's dying. I'm sorry. I know. I'm a horrible person. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So those are my honorable mentions, and now all I have is our two main characters because this movie does not have really
so perfect
anybody
for us,
else.
actually.
Like,
Okay, before you start, I'm gonna give you a fun fact. You ready?
give me that fun fact.
Elton John wrote a song for this movie.
Can you not feel the love tonight?
You can't feel the love tonight because Paramount was like, okay, thank you for this song, Mr. Elton John, you beautiful rainbow goddess. But we want the full rights to this song. And
Oh,
Elton's
go fuck
like,
yourself.
Elton's like, do you know who I am, bitch? I don't just give full rights. I'm Elton John. I wrote this and sang on it and probably played the piano on it.
Nah, you're not gonna steal my
nah,
intellectual property.
nah. And so because
nah.
na 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 na, you know what he said? Goodbye. And so
I'm gonna go plan my next party. Y'all be cool. I'm gonna play this live so everybody knows that I made it and you don't try and steal it from
You don't
me.
try to sell it. And so he said, hell to the no. And so he took his song, and the song was never released in this movie. This song, as far as I know it, was never released. So Elton's got it locked up in a vault somewhere, and he ain't playing for nobody. So we've never even heard it. It's not like he put it on another album years later, and we just didn't know it was for this movie. Like,
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I need to hear
Definitely.
the song.
Me too. And I tried to look it up. Maybe somebody leaked it. Nah, no one gives a shit. Elton's got it locked up somewhere. I love you, Elton. I didn't see nothing.
Shit is getting hot.
It is getting hot. I think it's a sidecar. Like he said,
Dude, this sidecar will fuck you up.
like it said, he would go into his sidecar to drive to the restaurant to drink to stay warm. And it's keeping me warm. Look at this. I'm glistening. I'm glistening. So yeah,
I gotta stop fucking with this shit here.
there is no Elton John song for me to be found.
That makes me sad. That makes me very, very sad.
I'm sorry.
But it is what it is.
I thought you'd want to know.
Yeah, I do. And
I-
it breaks my heart. My achy, breaky heart.
And all day, I've been dancing to the stupid songs in this damn movie.
When you go away. Oh, yeah. I can't even sing the one that's in here because it's not the original version.
You take a piece of me with you. No, but there's like other songs. Just the
Sure.
song that plays every time something goes wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
he does that. It's some 80s, very white 80s hip hop
It was
beats.
very, yeah.
John Hughes, you don't know. But you tried.
Hey, but he tried.
You tried.
He tried.
You don't know. You don't be knowing. Okay, so let's talk about somebody. And then I got some more facts in there.
Well, we've talked about both of these actors already.
We have?
We've talked about Mr. John Candy in a little-known movie called Cool Runnings, where you
We
feel
sure
the
did.
rhythm,
Cool.
you feel the rhyme. Come on now, it's
about-
cocktail time.
It is. He's like, I'm gonna go to Jamaica when he's drinking. Okay, one. I just want to point this out. I was thinking of using a rum or a tequila drink because they were drinking into.
They
in
were,
them.
yeah. He was reaching for the tequila and the rum.
He's reading for the tequila. He's like, "Where have you been? You been to London? Where you going? You going to Mexico?" And he's like, "I'm going to Jamaica."
Jamaica.
Except that he grabs Bacardi,
Okay.
and that's Cuba.
Yep.
That is not Jamaica.
No, it's
Mom.
not.
And I was looking at it. I
It
was
don't
like,
got that muck pit flavor.
I was looking at it. I was like, how are you in Jamaica when you're drinking like clear white liquor?
Just lets you know that either Scripty fucked up or John Hughes isn't much of a drinker.
It just shows that I drink got too damn much. Wow.
Yeah, that came out right.
Goddamn too much.
Wait, let's roll that back.
Roll
Got
that
to yeah, it works. I'll take it. I will take it.
And then I do too much.
Zenobia might be drunker than me.
You probably are. I'm a drink ahead of you.
Zenobia.
Feeling good.
Oh.
But it just might be that, I'm a bartender and I do herstory every week
I'm
on
making
the
waffles
shit.
after this.
You say that to me.
I'm ordering pizza after this.
There we go. I was like, you say you're making me waffles a lot, but I never get waffles. But when you say you're
You
ordering
don't-
pizza, I get pizza.
Can I just put a grievance out on the table, people? Miss Zenobia moved to Los Angeles, and then she doesn't stay the night anymore. And I have an issue with it.
Okay.
She got her own life, got her own career, and then forgot about some people.
Except,
She gives me
where am I sleeping tonight?
the minimum.
Where am I sleeping tonight?
That's because it's a shorter drive to Temecula tomorrow.
Where am I sleeping? I'm sleeping here tonight.
Did I get an invite?
You don't
Am
want-
I going to the movies tomorrow? I don't think so. What do I have to plan tomorrow? I heard I had nothing.
If you
Let
have
me
no-
check my Palm Pilot.
Well, if your Palm Pilot says nothing, then you can come.
I was just
come
gonna
to the
get
house.
drunk and watch The Grinch.
You can come over to my house, get drunk, help my mama cook.
Install your bidet.
No, the day's in.
Install a little wheel for your bucket.
That I want. Okay, I'm most likely gonna cut this out, but I'm gonna throw this in there.
Don't you do it.
I live on a second floor. I have a balcony in my room, and I can look out into the street.
It's genius.
And so on Halloween, I got a bunch of candy. I got a bucket and a rope. I put little twinkle lights on the bucket, and I lowered the bucket down so I could give candy to people dressed up on
Children.
the street. There was no children. It was adults. All I gave it was fine. I don't give a shit. I was sitting out there
When you're
drinking
young at heart.
when you're young at heart. But now, since Halloween's over,
Uh-huh.
your girl doesn't like going downstairs to go get the DoorDash no more. So she calls them when they get out front, and I lowered the bucket down.
Hey, Mr. DoorDash.
I
For
did-
Zenobia?
I did. I was like, "Is this for Zenobia?" It was like 1 a.m. I'm like, "Come over here." And I lowered my bucket down.
So therefore, she wants me to visit so that I install a pulley system.
Now
for
I
her
need a
bucket.
pulley system because it's not a smooth pull for my shit.
Squeaking down with your bucket.
I gotta like. So yes, I need you to do that. Don't judge me. It's brilliant.
Should you need me.
It is brilliant. It is working perfectly. All my Door Dashers love it. They think it's great. They don't have to walk upstairs. I don't have to walk downstairs. It's perfect.
I gotta stop drinking this shit here.
And I don't know how the landlord feels about it. He saw it the other night and he didn't say anything though. It almost hit him when I was lowering the bucket. Okay.
Is he older or younger?
He's older. He's like probably in his like mid 40s maybe. Yeah.
So he is Larry Hankin in Friends.
Yeah, because I am loud.
Old and grumpy.
He's not grumpy. He's sweet.
Okay.
He's a very sweet man. In case he ever listens, he doesn't know I have this yet, but in case he ever goes back and listens, he's a sweet man.
All right, I say you. I'll cut this into a little clip and you can play it for him.
I will. Good, because I need you to fix my shower
we're trying
and
to keep you in
leaking.
the good graces of the landlord.
Of the landlord, because my bed is over his bed, and I have to be extra quiet. It's over. I try to be quiet. I'm not trying to be all loud.
Oh shit!
But
You don't
sometimes-
try to be loud, but
Sometimes it's like 3 a.m. Okay, you know
In the
everything's
heat of
loud.
passion.
All right, Tony,
you're
I'm
an
sorry.
actress. You got to live in the moment.
Yeah, it's called a pillow over my face. That's the moment. Okay.
Okay. Mr. John Candy, we love him. We miss him.
What's your favorite movie?
I wrote down 3.
Ooh.
Spaceballs.
I forget you being
I'm
there.
a Mog.
He's like a
Half man, half dog.
Yeah, he was like Chewbacca, right? Mm-hmm. He had the little ears.
Absolutely.
He had a little
Fantastic.
spot.
Obviously, The Great Outdoors.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's one of my
It's
favorites.
on the list. We got to do it.
Can we watch that tonight?
I want to show you, live nude girls.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to see some live nude girls?
I don't know. I just love Great. Like after watching this movie all day, I kept thinking like, I need to watch Great Outdoors.
It's a fantastic
It was
movie.
that and Ferris Bueller were the 2 things I was trying to watch.
For sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how much you love Uncle Buck, so I wrote down my 3rd favorite, which is Who is Harry Crumb?
That's your one of your favorites.
I love that movie. Absolutely.
That's towards the bottom of my list, but
You got to give it to him.
I'll give it another try.
Actually,
Maybe I haven't
won't
seen
say
it in
that
a
it's
long
my
time.
favorite because then I would be deleting Vegas Vacation. I would be deleting so many movies. I would be
He's
deleting.
not in Vegas Vacation.
Yes, he is.
No, he.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed today.
Oh, that's Vacation.
Oh, sorry.
Vacation.
I've been drinking. Don't give me this shit.
I was like, Vegas came out in the
No,
90s. He
National
was
Lampoon's
gone by
Vacation.
then.
Part 1. Part 1.
Part one. He was sorry, folks. We saw so many memes of him in 2020.
When COVID
Sorry,
hit, sorry, folks.
the world's closed. So many times, and I kept saying like, I need to
Damn,
watch
I
this.
miss John Candy.
I miss him so much.
Oh, I miss him.
My favorite, Uncle Buck because I feel
course.
like it's an autobiography of my life. I'm the Uncle Buck you call when you want somebody to watch your children or your house or your dog. That's me. And I'm going to smoke weed and drink in your house and pick up your kids from school. Like that's
And
what-
scare your daughter's boyfriends.
man, you know
Make
I
that
like.
big ass pancake.
I would make my babies big ass pancakes.
Absolutely.
I love my nieces.
If you
and
got the
nephews.
space for it, I say do it.
It wouldn't be that big, but it would be big.
No,
like
you
I
need-
got a flat top, but I don't have one that's that big.
You don't got. Who the fuck does?
That's what I'm saying. I can't make that, but I
No.
can make like a pretty big one.
I wonder if they sell something like that.
We just have to
Something
have
where you
one
can
that-
put on all four
burners.
Dude, that would be awesome. I'm gonna see what's up.
I love that we both looked at each other and was like, "We gonna look at this." I'm gonna look into that. Oh, we're the best. Okay.
When are you moving in?
I don't know. You need a bigger house.
No shit.
If you get a bigger house, I will move from where I'm at.
Aw.
But until you do that, I'm staying there. I like the spot.
Edwin wants a tiny house too.
Does he really?
He does, yeah. He wants to travel and then come home to a tiny house in our backyard.
So we're gonna be neighbors instead of roommates.
Mm-hmm.
With our tiny houses next to each other by the pool.
Yeah. Or, you just get a bigger tiny house and then he gets a room when he's around.
Nah. No,
Damn.
we're tiny house separates.
Oh, shit. How much lot space do you think I can afford?
Oh, you're right.
I ain't
All
John.
right. Okay, we'll share a tiny house.
I'm not John Hughes.
yet.
Yet.
But once you are, then we can expand. we can expand that.
Sweet. Awesome.
I
Well,
love it.
Those are my three, and it's more so his performances in those movies. And I left this one out because I think that this is arguably one of his best performances.
It's definitely
in terms
his
of,
best
his
performance.
character work.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking off his socks. Oh,
He's like, looking
man, these dogs are barking. Oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah, no, I get it. Say no more. Nothing worse than having somebody, talking too much, doesn't know when to shut the hell up.
To shut the fuck
You tell
up.
me, if you want me to shut up, you just give me a shot in the chops. He's just beautiful. He's absolutely beautiful.
If we're not adding this movie, you're right. Uncle Buck.
Uh-huh.
Great Outdoors.
Home Alone.
Summer Rental.
Yes.
I love Summer Rental.
I love Summer Rental.
It's one of my favorites of his.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like it gets enough shine on it. It's like one of his deep cuts, but
Yeah, definitely. It's like Richard Pryor with moving.
I love moving.
I love moving. This is our shit.
This is our shit. Oh, I like your stairs. Well, we're taking them with us. I love this pool. Well, we're taking it with us. That's my fucking favorite.
Motherfuckers.
I love that movie. It's so hilarious. Yes. So, John Candy is an amazing comedic actor.
Sadly, he left us way too young.
He did. And I feel like if he would have just made a smaller effort, he would have been here a little longer.
Yeah.
There was a part in his contract for doing this movie that he needed a full gym. And
Did he?
so
Okay.
when he, whatever hotel or motel or Holiday Inn that they stayed in, they made sure that he had
So he was
gym.
actively trying to stay healthy.
Nah, bitch, he didn't use any of that shit. It was just in his fucking contract.
Wait, what?
Yes. Yes. Steve Martin was like, that fool never used that shit. I don't even know why he asked for it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you just made some person's whole day where they had to move all your fucking weights and your shit into parts of the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Yeah. I mean, The Rock does that. He's got a traveling gym. Anytime he does a movie.
But that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Sure.
Because he's
But
the
I'm pretty
fucking
sure
Rock.
that's on his dime, if I'm not mistaken.
Even if it wasn't, that's The Rock.
Yeah.
That's
what he's selling.
that is part of his life, his lifestyle since forever because
Yeah.
he played football to wrestling to being an action star that needs to
Sure.
be buff. So that makes sense.
But that being said, this movie came out in 1987, which means they shot it in 85, 86.
Okay.
John Candy passed away in 94.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I said. If he would have just made a small effort,
He was 44 years old.
he drank a lot. like more than I drink. And
Really?
he smoked a lot.
I didn't know that.
And he ate badly. So, 80s people were not
No.
as
Agreed.
conscious to health things. I mean, I drink a lot. I do. But I also go fucking walk down the street. I doubt that fool will go walk down the street.
Sure. Yeah. I like him in Rookie of the Year. Plays the commentator.
I do.
Yeah.
And I do love Cool Running.
Rowan Gardner is rounding second.
He
He
was.
got a pill on the frozen rope on that one.
We talked about him briefly in Home Alone.
Absolutely.
Because he's the Polka King. Polka.
Polka,
Polka.
polka.
Yeah.
Santa Fe polka?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, well, you know.
I know zero polka. Like,
know,
if,
sure.
if I met any polka person, I'd be like, don't know.
Oh, I love him. Nothing But Trouble does a fantastic
Oh,
job
Nothing
in
But
that
Trouble.
one.
That's a good one.
You never have car trouble.
He is just in so many great movies.
He plays the supporting cast in so many, and then when it comes to his lead roles, he knocks it out of the park. Even in Harry Crumb. Who is Harry Crumb?
I'm not
When
saying.
he dresses in drag?
I'm not saying.
Oh my god!
It's not a.
It's a classic.
Good movie.
It's a what is it? A cult classic, you might
It's just
say.
not my favorite of his.
Sure.
And I remember watching
When
it
you got
as
the
a
choice
kid.
between,
And then
Spaceballs and Cool Runnings and who is Harry Crumb, you're gonna go with Cool Runnings.
You are gonna. But like, I watched it as a kid, and then I watched it as an adult. And adult me was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I was like, "What the fuck?" But watch it.
You gotta get in your time machine. You gotta go back to whenever it was made.
I'll be trying. I do. I'll give that one.
I wouldn't have the Who Farted shirt if I thought that Revenge of the Nerds was a bad movie.
He wore it for his birthday, you guys.
I did, crop top and all. It was
crop
great.
top and all.
And I kept it. I didn't throw that away.
As you should. Okay, so thank you, John Candy, wherever you are. We miss you.
We
Thank
love
you for
We miss you.
so many good years of great, funny movies. Sorry, guys, the world is closed.
Yeah.
He's closed. Oh, I love him. Okay,
Cheers to John Candy
cheers to John Candy.
and John Hughes. They're both gone.
John Hughes is gone. Okay.
All we got is Steve Martin left.
And I love that bitch. I watch Only Murders in the Building.
Do you?
I sure, I do.
I had a feeling you would.
I do.
You are a murderino.
I am a murderino. I love podcasts. That's basically what it's about. Murder podcast.
Okay.
And I love Steve Martin.
I love
And Martin
Short.
Short. Like, how could I not?
I love Selena Gomez personally.
And you know what? I was never a big fan of hers, and I like her in this. So,
I like her.
I mean, she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I like the sweet disposition that she's got going on.
I like her very monotone,
Curves
dry
aside, I
ass.
like her.
She is curvy, especially for
Aside from her curves, I still like her.
a whitish Mexican.
I'm a whitish Mexican.
I'm just saying. That's why I like her curves.
Yeah.
I like her curves.
I'm not saying nothing about the curves, but curves aside, I still think
But I
she
like her
is,
character
like,
and her
yeah.
performance in the show. So definitely is.
All right, I'll give it a shot. I haven't really dove into the show, because murder and horror is not my thing.
No, it's a dark comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Steve Martin and Martin Short.
It
You
is
don't think
Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah, it's
Do they do My Little Buttercup?
My Little Buttercup.
Buttercup.
No, they hate each other pretty much, kind of like they like
Oh,
they like
come on.
they hate love each other.
Is she
in
the
show.
mediator?
She is in the middle. The three of them. There's a murder in the building, obviously, and they
can't solve it?
start a podcast and tries to solve it.
Okay.
But there's been several murders in the building now. We're on season 3? Yeah, we're on season 3. Yeah,
She ain't got no love interest yet?
she has every season. There's a love interest,
Shit.
a different one. Yeah,
I'm going to be in season 4.
sweet. That means we get to go to New York.
Oh, shit. Take that back. I don't want no recurring role. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, you better. Don't you want to be Steve Martin? Come on, Martin Short.
Absolutely. Oh, my God. Acting alongside Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Like, I have never tried to weasel my way onto a set and if I haven't tried it on Abbott, then like, you know,
Also,
that's
like
a lot.
Garden Grove Unified School District, let's go. Shit.
But if you got on
If y'all don't know, Steve Martin graduated down the street from where I did. We went to rival high schools, but
what I'm saying is, if you got on Only Murders in the Building, my ass would be on set. Like I'm your
you'd be my assistant.
entourage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can meet that white hair man.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Babe, I'm going to see about getting on Murders in the Building. It's fine, right? Okay.
Only Murders. Yeah. And I mean, this last season had Meryl Streep in it.
What the fuck?
And Paul Rudd.
Wait a It had the best acting and the loosest hips in Hollywood. What the
Loose
fuck?
hips. Yep. in the last season, this season, the third season.
I got nothing to offer. Shit.
That's why I'm like, it's good, bitch. Like,
Damn,
Meryl Streep showed up, and she's in the whole season.
Unless Selena Gomez's character is trying to get in shape in case she runs into like the murderer or something, like, and she's trying to learn self-defense. I got nothing.
You could be a love interest.
All right.
You can act. You can do more than what you
I
are.
can't act. Shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
just
don't
ain't
know
seen
why
it
you.
yet.
I don't know why you downplaying yourself.
I'm drinking right now. Watch me knock this scene out pretty soon.
Oh God, I forgot. No. Okay.
I hope you guys are ready. Oh, I hope you guys are ready.
I am not ready.
I am so ready.
I'm not. But we gonna make it. We gonna hit it one and done because I can't make it past 2. I promise.
We're gonna get it right. We're gonna do
I
as
can't
many,
make it past
as
2.
many times as it takes.
I
to get
tried
it right.
so hard, you guys. It was hard. Okay, so
Hard out here.
let me give you a fun fact. Let's move on. The MPAA didn't like a certain scene in this movie. You can guess which one.
The cussing? Yeah.
This fucking fuck. So yeah.
They wanted to give it an R?
Initially, this movie was going up for a PG-13 until they saw that scene, which is very understandable because you can only get
a whole lot of
one fuck.
You're only allowed one fuck.
And if you're real lucky, you might be able to slip 2
MPAA
in.
has one last fuck to give for PG-13.
And they give you one.
I only got one in my movie because I knew that it was going to be PG-13.
You only get one. Well, that scene, Steve Martin says fuck 18 times.
18 times.
19 total for that scene.
You're fucked.
Because you're fucked. Okay? So when they saw this, they were like, girl, if you take this off, we'll give you a PG-13. But if you keep it in, it's hard R. And John Hughes really didn't want to get rid of the scene. And it is
He also didn't want the R rating.
He didn't want the R rating, but he'd rather keep the scene in
And take the R rating.
Take the R rating.
Yeah, agreed.
Basically,
Agreed.
Because he loved it, and because it's the reason why Steve Martin signed on to the film.
Really?
He loved that scene. He thought
Yeah.
it was hilarious.
It's
he thought
probably
it was great.
where, like I
he
said,
really wanted to
remember
do
we were
it.
talking about typing? Like, I bet you he started with that scene and then worked his way
Out,
outwards.
yeah.
Like,
He loved it. Like I said, all of us have had this exact feeling. We
It's-
might not have said it, but we've had this feeling.
it's the pinnacle of, that's what it is. When you travel, shit gets under your skin.
That's why I say I love to travel, but I hate traveling.
Well, we ain't in the private sector yet.
Once we get a private jet, I'ma love traveling, bitch. All day. So they kept them all in, and they got that hard R.
To
But
quote the great Selena Gomez, you're just a little high maintenance, but you will love us so much. I seen that video. That was hilarious.
Okay. All right. So who we
Sorry,
got?
I've been drinking.
Me too.
Steve Martin, that's all we got.
All right.
That's all we got is our lead character. And he is killing it with Murders in the Building. We just talked about him on our Three Amigos episode.
You sure did.
Check that one out because I had my two amigos on there with us and we had a hell of a time. I adore this man. I respect this man. He has had a fantastic career from Parenthood to Roxanne to which The Jerk. Roxanne, they just remade with Peter Dinklage doing the original version of
Like the play
Cyrano
version?
de Bergerac.
Uh-huh.
You know, to my favorite movie of his, My Blue Heaven.
My Blue Heaven.
Him and Rick Moranis.
So
fucking good.
Father of the Bride.
Absolutely. I wasn't
1
sure
and
if you were a
2.
fan of Father of the Bride or not.
Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. I don't know if you ever seen it. I auditioned for the remake.
Nah,
when
the
they
remake. I didn't watch
it. Nah,
I didn't watch
like,
the remake.
I love Gloria, but
Gloria.
like, yeah, she plays the mom.
No, I'm. It's just because I love. I love part 2s. I like sequels. I like shit like that.
Yeah.
But I love Steve Martin too much for you to replace him. Even though Steve Martin's version is the second version of the movie.
Is
it's
it
not
really?
even the first one.
Who did the first one?
Elizabeth Taylor played the daughter, and
Holy shit!
Spencer Tracy played the dad. That's the original black and white.
Damn.
Yeah. So the one that I love is
So
not even the first
it's
one.
It's like the Star is Born situation. Can
Yeah,
I
baby
give
Elizabeth
you
Taylor.
my favorite thing Steve Martin has ever said?
I'm a wild and crazy guy.
No.
Oh, okay.
He in an interview he once said, "Be so good that they can't deny you."
And that bitch is so good that
And
we
he-
can't deny him.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves him.
Love Steve Martin.
I
He
mean-
knows when to make it funny. He knows when to play it serious. Like,
In The Jerk, he was a poor black boy. I mean, like, I can't even tell you. Black people thought that shit was hilarious. We weren't even mad. We're like, yeah, Steve Martin, do that shit. Like, so
wait, so they love him like RDJ?
they love him. Like, I've never met anyone.
And he's been albino since like 1900.
His hair has always been super light, and he
Like,
went gray early.
He's got a touch of dark in this movie.
In this movie, I don't know
Like-
where that comes from because he's like a blonde.
Yeah.
Like, where
Got
did
a
this?
touch of dark?
Just a touch, and it makes him look a little younger. A little younger.
Maybe they added that in. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, at least it's not like Father and the Bride where he totally dyes his hair, and she's like, "What the fuck did you do?" Like, what the hell? What happened?
All right, change up. We're watching Father of the Bride.
I will watch. Like I said, I will watch any Steve Martin movie. What's the one with him and Goldie
School for
Hawn?
Scoundrels. Oh,
No, I like that one too.
Okay.
No, the one with Goldie Hawn and she's like squatting in his like house or whatever. Like, it's not house guest.
I don't know.
And like then she
House guest is Queen Latifah.
she moves.
No, that's Sinbad.
That's Sinbad.
That's Sinbad.
She moves into like his house somewhere, and she tells everybody that she's his wife. She charges up shit in like the little town and stuff. And then he comes, he's like, "Bitch, who are you?" But then he ends up using her as like a pretend wife to like, because the whole town is. She's like, "Ooh, I'm Mrs. So and So," and they're like, "Oh, okay."
I don't think I've seen it.
It's a good one. I love anything that he's in.
Agreed.
But in this movie, there's a scene in here that is completely 100% Steve Martin. Like, no script, no nothing.
Tell me about
It's
it.
just him.
Is it his monologue?
No.
Okay.
So the last train scene where he's on the train,
Yeah.
he's on his way home. He's finally made it. He said goodbye to Dell.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there and he's having flashbacks of like stuff that he went through. He's
Sure.
just envisioning his family. And he's smiling and he even like checks his watch. But he ain't got the
He ain't
watch
got
because
the
he
watch.
told the watch to fucking get in the room. And he's like, oh, fuck. And, he's sitting there. That whole scene was never meant to be in this movie. I'm not quite sure exactly what scene was supposed to be there, but they had Steve Martin sitting on the train. The cameras are facing him as they're, working on lighting and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And all of those facial expressions, it's just him thinking about his
Just
future
living in the
lines,
character.
living in the character, thinking about stuff. Him actually looking at his watch is probably because this whole time he's been wearing a fucking watch, and he looks and he's like, "Oh, in this scene I don't even have a watch." Fuck. And so when they changed the end of him Dell walking to the house and was like, you need to just be with your family, and he leaves. They were like, we can't do this. So John Hughes and the editor went and dug through tons and tons of footage
Everything.
and somehow found this footage that is not meant to be anything. And that is, he was like, I saw this and it was like, fuck, you're embodying literally what everything I'm trying to like show in this moment. You're missing your family. You're laughing about, him sticking his hand in between two pillows. You're thinking about your kids. Right now your wife is probably basting the turkey. Like, these are the things that you're thinking about as you're on your way. You're getting so close to being home. And you're literally just living it just normal Steve Martin, just looking on the train, going through lines in his head. Like,
No, he's not living Steve Martin. He's living his character.
He's living his character, but he don't know he's living his character. He's just being. He's just being.
Yeah, he's trying to become the character.
I don't even know if it's that.
I think it is.
You think it's that?
I think it is, because I'll tell you this, as a director, you're going to miss things. Mm-hmm. There's things that you need that you forget, or that you concede to because you're stuck to time constraints. You're stuck to, availability of an actor or whatever the case. There's scenes, or there's shots, I should say, in our movie that are literally reaction shots of actors waiting to start filming.
And that's what this was.
That's all it is, because they're trying to get themselves into character, where they're coming from, where they're going to, what is standing in their way, what are the obstacles, or what are the, repercussions of them not accomplishing what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. And that is where the beautiful moments are coming from.
Because they're real. You don't have to put them on.
Absolutely real.
And when people who aren't actors...
It's a testament to actors doing their prep work.
Yeah.
Doing the things that AI cannot.
Well...
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Fuck you, AI.
135 days.
Don't you be taking our jobs.
They can't.
I don't know.
They can't do what we do.
Here's the thing. Studios don't give a shit. They want to make money. And if they could scan your face and not pay you what you should be paid and have an AI do it, they will.
Okay.
And it will be some kind of novelty, because people are going to be like, oh my God, it's a whole movie where there's actually no actors in it. It's just like computerized, and this was actually good. And once one of them does good, everybody's going to fucking be doing it.
I will take the Pepsi challenge on a $10,000 budget with any of those AI.
I'm not going to say it's
movies.
good. I'm just saying the money is going to be good enough that the studios are going to want to do it. It's not that the movies are going to be good. It's not that the AIs are going to be doing fantastic acting or writing or whatever the fuck they're going to be doing. It's none of that. It's that it is, I don't have to pay nobody and all the profit is just going to me. That's all it is.
Minimal
That's why it's gonna
overhead,
happen.
maximum profits. That is a studio's goal. A studio is nothing but a business. That being said, we are artists.
Yeah.
And I will say this right here, right now, on camera. I will challenge any artificial intelligence computer against a well-trained actor. And I guarantee you give me a $10,000 budget on a feature film with just a trained actor, I will make a better movie than any artificial intelligence service out there.
I agree. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen.
Far more revenue. Far more. Jordan Peele made $440 off of a $4 million budget. You think AI can do that?
We don't know.
Get out of here.
I'm just saying.
Get out.
Like
That's
I said.
all I'm saying.
Like
That's all
I
I'm
said.
saying is get out.
It just takes one.
Yeah. And by all means, let them sink their own ships. Let them do it.
They don't care about the art. They care about the money.
Give them enough rope.
It's not the art. It's the money.
Yeah.
We care about the art. We care about it.
But the second that you start chasing, to quote the great James Cameron, the second that you start chasing the money dragon, that's when you lose it.
But that's because
you cannot chase the money.
He's an artist.
Yeah, and you need artists in the business of art.
Yeah.
You can't do it with computerized people.
No. But you
Not
can
gonna
paint
work.
you can paint a picture with an elephant,
By all means, you might
and you
turn
can
a
sell that
profit.
for a gang of money.
You might turn a profit. You might break even. You might get a couple points above breaking even. But you're never gonna hit a home run.
I agree. I'm not fighting you. I don't want no AI. I'm just saying money talks.
Imagine how well this movie would have done if they would have left Johnny Hughes alone and left that 30 minutes in the movie.
I
You
mean,
wouldn't
it's only
have a
20 minutes, yeah, 2
$49
hours.
million profit. You would have a $95 million profit, a $195 million profit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't think
worried
it's
about
gonna.
AI.
I don't think it's gonna double or anything if you added the extra 30, because
I do.
people would have saw it either way.
I do. Because it would have ended up in the trailer. It would have ended up that you see Steve Martin punch Del Griffith.
But a lot
You
of
know
these
what I mean?
things, we'll watch the trailer. A lot of the things I just mentioned are in the trailer. We just didn't know.
Okay. But
You know how trailers
honestly,
be doing that
word
shit.
of mouth is bigger than
Yeah.
anything.
True.
Like, you can... Oh, did you see the new trailer for the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Yeah, but honestly, I saw the movie and it wasn't that great. Oh, really? Okay. I guess I'll go see Over the Top then. Done.
You know.
Yeah. Stallone's got a new movie, like Rocky 5. Like, I don't know, but like...
Rocky 5 wasn't
I like
coming
the
out in
first 4,
87.
so...
87, it was like Rocky 2.
No, Rocky
3.
Rocky 4 came out in 1985.
4?
4.
Well, 5 came out in the 90s.
Rocky, you know what? Matter of fact, Rambo 3 came out in 1988. So there you go. So they would have gone to see the next Rambo, whatever the case.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But they're going to trust their friend's opinion over the trailer
I trust your opinion.
because the studios can be deceiving.
But I also see movies that you tell me that aren't going to be good just because I want to see them.
Sure.
And sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. Trailers be trailering.
Mm-hmm.
No, because wrong for you doesn't mean wrong for me.
Agreed.
Yeah, you might not like the things that I like. Like you
I've
said, you
had
don't like
movies
scary
recommended
movies.
to me that I've already made my mind up about, and then somebody will go see it, and they'll be like, "Ah, man, it was trash," but somebody else will tell me, "Oh yeah, it was great." I'm like,
No.
not my kind of great.
I'm a person that if I see it and I know that I like it, and I see it and I know that you probably ain't gonna like it, I'll be like, I loved it, but you
sure.
probably ain't gonna like this one
Absolutely.
because it ain't your shit. But
Hunger
you want,
Games is my shit though.
bitch, you don't think I'll go see it again? I read this book literally a year ago. I've been waiting for this movie to come out because I had no one to talk to about this movie.
So much.
Oh my god, I'm getting hot just thinking about. I'm getting pissed.
I tell you what, I'm out.
Okay, I got like.
What did you put in this shit?
It's a hitty. Okay, I got 2 more. Here we go.
Hit me with it.
Howard Dutch was supposed to be the director for this movie, not Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes. John Hughes. Yes, this drink is hitting me.
Sorry. Wait, Dutch?
Howard Dutch, the director.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dutch the movie.
No. Is that a John Hughes movie?
Yes.
Is it really?
He wrote it.
It feels very John Hughes. That makes sense.
He wrote it. He didn't
That makes
direct
a lot
it.
of
He
sense.
wrote it.
Okay, well, Howard Dutch
Dutch.
was set to direct this movie. He also directed many other John Hughes movies like Pretty in Pink and Some Kind of Wonderful. Those are his movies.
Pass the Dutchie.
But Hughes once pass the Dutchie. The Dutchie on the left hand side. Okay, so once Hughes, I know this is great. Once John Hughes found out that Steve Martin had signed on, he was like, let me get that director job back.
Give me the ball. Watch what I do.
Give it to me. I have always wanted to work with this man, so you can not work. I got another movie for you, boo boo. You ready? Mm-hmm. Here's the script. Great Outdoors. Go do that one. And
What
so
the fuck?
he did Great Outdoors
Okay.
instead of doing Planes, Trains.
I can't be mad at him.
And we already talked about how much we love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
So he could have been the director for this, Mr. Pretty in Pink and Great Outdoors.
Hey, he's fantastic.
Yes,
We love him.
I feel like him and John Hughes have like a shorthand.
Absolutely.
They have the same kind of vision. And
They understand each other.
they understand each other. Like, I feel like I could direct one of your movies because I could understand where you're coming from. And if you said something to me, I'd be like, I see. You could talk shorthand to me.
For sure.
And I would definitely be like, I feel you. You'd be like, you know what?
I give you a look.
You would literally, you have given me so many looks in my life that like I know exactly what you're thinking before you say anything, and I'll be like, oh, you guys,
What am I thinking?
right now, that you ready to do this scene? That's what I'm getting off of you. I could be wrong, but I could definitely.
Will, can you just be serious once?
Yeah. So I definitely could see that, like, we could have a shorthand. You'd be like, you know
For
what?
sure.
I feel like when I wrote this scene, it gave me Goodfellas going through the restaurant vibe. I'd be like, okay, ooh, I get you. I've told, like, you could say that to me. I'm like, ooh, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we need to do this. Like, I feel like that's kind of like the relationship that they have, that they could do this, like, shorthand.
For sure.
They have the same type of vision. Now, Hughes was not satisfied with the Owen scene at first.
The Owen scene.
You know, when they are waiting for their ride and Owen pulls up to the motherfucker with the lady and the baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He wasn't feeling it
The way that it was working the first time.
the way it was working. Even though the actor did basically made everything his own.
Yeah.
The noises and the spitting and the faces and stuff. That was all him.
Something was missing?
That was all him. It was missing probably maybe on the receiving end of that. So Steve Martin and John Candy weren't really giving him what John wanted.
Okay.
So he walked up to him and he was like, all right, so before you shake Steve Martin's hand, I want you to like wipe the spit like all off of your mouth and then like go like shake his hand. And so that's exactly what he did. So the reaction on Steve Martin's face where he was like, is because that's a real, he didn't tell Steve Martin that's what he was doing. Grossed the shit out of him. And after, when they said, cut, this motherfucker ran to the bathroom, soap and lathered his hands for quite some time because it was just too gross for him. But,
But
John,
they got the reaction that they
John
needed.
got the look he was looking for.
Okay. Yeah.
I like when they do things like that.
I do too.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even
Every once in a
look it
while,
up.
you gotta just do a little something. Nothing that's a red flag, but something that will push the other person's boundaries. Like,
Just a smidge.
yeah.
You want that surprise look on their face. Mm-hmm. Because that is something.
You can't go full De Palmo on them, but, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know if you've seen John Leguizamo's, like, stand-up, but he talks about shooting a movie with De Palmo. I can't remember what it was called. Courage Under Fire or something like that.
That sounds right.
With Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox. He talks about Sean Penn slapping the shit out of him for like 7 different takes. And he's like, cut. I'm sorry, Mr. De Palmo. I believe in realism as much as anybody. But if he slaps me one more fucking time,
I'm going to beat the shit out of this motherfucker.
and De Palmo comes over. He's like, all right, cut. Relax, guys. Everything okay? Sean, is your hand all right?
Sean, is your hand all right? John, go.
John, I'm sorry. Look, unfortunately, that one, we were out of focus on that one. We just need one more. If you could just give me one more. Sean, slap the shit out of him. That's what I mean by going to Balmo.
I am totally willing to do things once. Those type of things.
I'll try anything.
Slapping, the spitting in the hand.
Yeah.
I'm okay with doing it one time. The second time, you're gonna get a reaction
Certain
that's
actors
most
will eat,
likely
like-
not gonna be what you wanted.
They'll eat broken glass if it's in the script. Like, and like you saw how many real hits I took in Pug. Like, you know,
I do.
sometimes you gotta take a shot.
I just look away because the inner me, like if you slap me a bunch of times, 7 times for a scene, my inner me is gonna want to whoop your ass. You feel me? So it
Absolutely.
it wouldn't be the reaction you wanted because by the 6th, 7th time,
You're not thinking about the scene. You're thinking about, motherfucker, you're making me do this again.
I'm about to fucking punch the shit out of you right now. And that's also how I feel about when I see you fighting. no matter what you do, if you're getting hit and you're getting hit for real, my first instinct is to throw down this like boom and go fucking
Sorry,
fight.
I thought you had it.
And go fucking fight somebody. I have to stop myself from being like, okay, you know what?
We're running
Okay.
sound. Don't fuck it up
Let me
because
take
then
these
he's got to do it again.
I don't give a shit. I'm taking these earrings off. You're hitting them too
Oh,
hard.
honey, we're about to get very
We about to-
busy. You gonna go Aunt Viv on set?
Yes. I have to fight myself.
That's why Lance held the boom.
That's why I fight myself. I literally, a lot of the times I would be out because I don't want to see any of that.
Love you.
I also don't want to see you kissing nobody. That's gross as fuck to me besides Smashley, and I don't even like you kissing Smashley.
It was Danielle. It was fine.
I know, I love her, but still. I had to hold the fucking shit up, and I was looking away like this. Where I was making eye contact with Smashley, like, bitch, is he really?
She misses you.
I miss her too. I love her. It's not the person, it's just the act.
Okay. It wasn't me. It was Jack.
I know. But I was there, and I didn't like it. So...
You were supposed to be the naked one in the
You did try to make me run naked down the beach.
I told you to do it. I told you to do it.
You're next.
You would have been out of focus in the ocean.
The cops would have been called.
So,
There's a naked black woman running down the beach.
shit.
All right, well, I'm out.
You out?
I'm out.
I'm out.
We're done.
Here we go.
Thank you,
Hell
everybody,
yes.
for
My
listening
God.
to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I hope you're listening to this on your way home from Thanksgiving weekend, maybe. I'm kind of drunk.
We'll through this.
We're
but
gonna
get
stumble
it
through
done.
this. We're gonna get it done.
Oh my God.
Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Podbean, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, wherever you get your podcasts, that's where we at. Come and hear us. If you have any movies, any drink ideas, please send us an email at lightscameracocktails.
No S.
Get the S out of here at gmail.com. And yes, we're getting ready for our Christmas movie, our first Christmas
Christmas is
movie.
coming up, y'all.
And this is it. You ready?
It's gonna be great.
I'm going to try
I'm
to...
not ready. I am not ready.
You're not ready. I'm not ready.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Let me just. Okay.
Hold on. I need 10 minutes for character.
You ain't got it. So we're gonna do our Christmas movie. I'm gonna try to get through this without laughing. It is something that we've done this like 3-4 times, and I couldn't get through. So let's pray.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Let me switch this one more time. I think I can do this way. Yeah. We gotta stage the scene.
Oh my God. Okay.
Here we go. All right.
Ready?
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need you to put your heels over your head so that I can go down on your taint and your butthole.
Okay. Yeah. Just get these out of the way.
Okay. Great.
Carla, at the risk of sounding forward, would you be willing to come with me to my sexy Santa competition?
Well, I don't date my clients as I have a real code.
No. Yeah. Of course. And you should. You should have a code. I understand.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't have no code, Ty. Yes, I would love to go to your show.
Oh my God, she is funny and she's beautiful. You know, you don't see this combination every day, you know.
Well, you don't see this combination every day either.
So, it's a date then. I'll see you tonight.
It's a date.
I can spread my butt cheeks apart for you if you want.
Thank you. No one has ever asked me to spread their butt cheeks for me before.
I'll spread my butt cheeks anytime you want me to.
Where did you come from, Ty Swindler? What? Swindler.
Damn it, we were so close!
Damn it! Oh!
We were so close! Take 2. My legs were getting a little sore there anyway. Here we go. We
Wait, Ty
Little Swindell.
Swindell.
All right.
I was close,
We
bitch.
got no
we
time.
could have fucking did it. Okay.
I got this.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna need you to put your heels above your head so I can go down on your taint and your butthole.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Just let me get these out of the way.
All right, great.
Carla, at the risk of sounding forward, would you be willing to come with me to my sexy Santa competition?
Well, I don't date my clients. I have a code.
Yeah, no. Of course you do, and you should. You should have a code.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't have a code. I'm waxing your butthole. Of course I go to your show.
Oh my God, she's funny and she's beautiful. You know, you don't see this combination every day.
You don't see this combination every day either.
So it's a date then. I'll see you tonight.
It's a date.
Oh, I can spread my butt cheeks apart for you if you want.
Thank you. No one has ever offered to spread their butt cheeks apart from me before.
Spread my butt cheeks apart for you anytime you want me to, Carla.
Where did you come from, Ty Swindell? That's the best I can do. I can't do no more.
With a stripper.
Oh my god, I fucking can't even look at you right now. I can't look at you right now.
Is it because my butt cheeks are spread apart?
Yes, I was eye to eye with Tate. All right, we did it. We made it.
All right, you guys, we are out of here.
We're done.
We got to rush out of here. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
This has been a fantastic, fun holiday episode.
Happy Thanksgiving
to all of you. We
Gobble,
love
gobble,
you.
gobble.
Appreciate you. Keep listening. We will see you guys next week with our Christmas episode on Lights, Camera,
Cocktails. Oh boy, you're fucked.